Volanos, no tire shine, leave that dry. I bought my mama a sawed off. I buy bitches used to live outside. All I make is knocks, not tired. Just bitches not on my time. Can't hit me less on the far side. But no, I'm not no stone. It's stones on my left wrist, my neck. Two bought my bitch a Pandora bracelet, no glitz for her neck. Dude, me and my niggas come up on you like front steps. Dude, got money stacked too tall. Had go get a steps. Dude, don't run up, I shoot y'all. Nobody gon' help you. My Westler living Duval, swimming like Michael Phelps. Your pocket flat like wall, I'm high like a John Wall. I can't deny y'all, my bitch wet with diamonds clear like motherfucking juice and gin. Fuck my Pasadena bitch from back to juice and gin. I got aim with that small 9, I fuck round, shoot your chin. Percocet hit you so hard, might drop your juice and gin. Diamonds clear like motherfucking juice and gin. Fuck my Pasadena bitch from back to juice and gin. I got aim with that small 9, I fuck round, shoot your chin. Percocet hit you so hard, might drop your juice and gin. Diamonds clear like motherfucking juice and gin.
Okie doke. Whoa. Dude, the spicy chicken we got though was Nashville hot spicy chicken, so it had some kick to it. That bitch was pretty damn spicy. Alright. Oh, let's get these guys in here.
Interrupted because all I've got left in my career, or my college career anyway, is to do EMT. And lo and behold, you can't have EMT classes these days because, that darn old coronis.
that darn old bodily fluids and whatnot.
I know. It turns out I can't be humping people doing CPR and doing mouth to mouth when there's all that fancy coroni going on.
Yep.
It's just not fair. That's just the way it is, and things will at this current rate will never change.
Holy shit. At least we're 1% of the way through the population, so they only got 99% more of the US to go.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna 100% completionist this bad boy.
Oh god.
I mean, here's the thing: if literally everybody gets corona, then hey, it's over. It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it no more.
Dude, I hear Chuckles yelling from the background somewhere.
I know. I have to send a work email because I want you to come to the lab. 1 second.
He's actually just trying to
right now.
play off it. Yeah, you got it while we were chatting here.
Oh damn. I wasn't in there yet. Well, fuck.
Fuck, man.
Fuckity fuck. Okay, well, we'll hear back then. So we ate some. We had the Flamin' Hot Chicken truck came by, and yeah, it's the name does not lie. It is legitimately flaming hot chicken truck. Well,
hold on. So last time we got the flamin'. So there are 4 levels of spice. There's like the bitch, the sorry, and then the flamin' and the death.
Wait, it's actually called the bitch?
No, it's like
just
mild.
no, it's
medium,
easy.
flamin'.
It goes easy, mild, flamin', and then we got it was called
Yeah, it's death something.
oh, death row.
Yeah.
Oh.
So last time we got flamin' because we're like, well, how hot is hot in their eyes? So the first time that we got it, we got the flamin', which is that level 3. So not max spice, but you know, we don't do the mild or medium shit. So got the flamin'. It's pretty good, you know. So we're like, all right, let's go with the death. So this time we got 1 flamin' death. And dude, that death, like, death sneaks up in all the right ways.
I still have it like in my stomach, like middle of my chest, like my, you know, like that hot that's just like sits in your sternum. That's what I got going right now.
It's called heartburn.
Is that called heartburn?
The other day he was like, man, I got this, I have this feeling, and he was literally describing like indigestion. And I'm like, that's indigestion.
Like,
Like,
nah.
I feel like he has never experienced like gastrointestinal
Dude,
issues.
I have.
Like, this is what
Trust.
happens when you have 30. No, you've experienced farts and bad poops. You have not experienced like the gastrointestinal, like chest and like sternum and like diet, like that pain. Because what he was describing, he's like, man, my heart, like right here, like it, like it's almost like hot. And yeah, that's
Burning
called
around your heart, huh?
heartburn. It's like, what?
Dude, their
Like, he'd never experienced
website.
it before.
Just look at this website. It's so ridiculous. I'm gonna open it on stream as well, just because the animation that they play, beginning of it, is just fucking a giant flaming smoking fireball. I posted in the wrong channel. Fuck me.
Is that an
Yeah.
invitation or?
Yep.
But the death is really.
Oh god.
It's,
You see that opening? It's just like,
Like a consumed meteorite.
yeah. Just like, bada boom, bitch.
Yo, but that sandwich they're showing right after it, ooh.
Yeah.
It does look really good.
That's what we had
would-
tonight.
All right, good news.
Oh,
I
they
don't-
got that
you don't
1,000.
have to go there.
Oh,
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I had to send some emails throughout the night and then go in tomorrow morning, and somehow both take a all-day training and work in the lab at the same time. But I'll figure it out tomorrow.
That's for tomorrow, me.
Thursday chuckle.
that's
That idiot.
tomorrow's problem.
Yeah.
The guy's an asshole, anyways, right?
The
I haven't even met him yet.
the levels of spice are take it easy, mild, flamin', death row, and then there's one that is the challenge one that like it's just like stupid to have, called Devil's Reject.
Devils for shit.
Yeah, we're talking about the spicy chicken. Check out the website that I posted in the Discord. Just look at the opening animation for it.
Just a giant exploding. Damn. All right. Someone had some fun rendering that thing.
I know, they spent all of their website budget on the fucking
The sandwich looks delicious, though. Man.
the opening animation. Yeah, it's currently sitting in our chest. We got
Oh,
that.
I want to fuck with that. I'm hungry
I mean,
again.
mine's sitting in my tummy. I don't know where
Speaking
Nevin's
of food-
stomach is, but
Dia made some homemade street tacos.
Yeah.
They were like homemade
made it on the
corn
real
tortillas and everything.
I was making a dumb joke about you. You were going outside and making it on the street.
Oh yeah.
That's like if you're in fucking Death Valley or like Arizona, you can actually make
Right.
street tacos
Okay.
legitimate.
I got to get the recipe though, because it was like the simplest thing, but it tasted like something I had in Mexico City. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. 3 tacos.
So I know you're kind of joking. You talked about them blowing their whole budget for that first site, but I went to their photos and all I have are broken JPEGs.
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
Oh, their links to Instagram is what they are.
Yeah.
Uh,
that's great.
So whatever that plugin is broken.
Well, they have no budget to fix it. So.
Dude, I really hate Instagram embeds. They're the worst thing.
Yeah, they don't
Like-
ever work, or
Mhm.
they rarely work.
Twitter as well. Twitter, like I'll be like going through my news feed on my phone, and it'll be like, here's an article, and then I go to the article, and it's just a link to a tweet, and the tweet doesn't work.
Ugh.
Images and videos, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I can just read stuff still, but
It is what it is. All right, guys,
It is what it is.
let's get this thing started. Thank you for hanging out,
Get outta
CW3. But
I like the two. different
yeah, but get the fuck
approaches there.
out.
Love you. Goodbye. Don't come back. Till next time.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a summary real quick. And your boys gotta
Submarine.
your boys gotta bring back that whatever the fuck that was that I used last time. Where'd it go?
1920s announcer.
The party recuperates after the Balgura attack and decides to head to Red Root's place in the Bone Brambles. They convince Mooncolor to go with them and to find Root's hut deep within the bloody woods. Finishing her bloodbath, she greets the party and asks what they would like to do with the tasty unicorn. They will pay her to return Mooncolor to the Feywild, as well as get some interesting blood readings for themselves. Athelion learns through his blood how to break the contract with Gargoth, destroy the shield, or Gargoth himself. Hamon learns that the devil he made a deal with, Vasago, is a Narzugan captain stationed at a watchtower along the Styx. Keeps the contract on his person, apparently. The party accompanies Ruth to the Feywild, where they say goodbye to Mooncolor. There's a thing I need you guys to all roll right now. Every single one of you, roll me a d6.
Hit him with that D6.
The
group gets to bask in the glow of the Feywild for a moment. Glimmer gets some more materials for paint as others gather flowers. Hamon presses a flower in his spellbook. Upon return, the party picks up a few more blood potions from Ruth. Sonya needs to roll something for me in a second. It's time to head out, and the group has a brief debate about going straight to Belle's place. They convince a worried Hamon to head off to the forge. On the way, another bounty sheet flashes, and the party hunts down a gold-tinged fiend. Slaying his captive soul guards, the party cuts down the Gilded Devil after having a bit of an accident with their machines in some sand. Gathering up the gold and the body of the fiend, the party heads off towards the Styx, where they see the Equilibrium docked, in quotes, near its shore.
All right.
Now for the war effort update.
Yep. Enough of that. So
Buy hell bonds, beat the demons.
beat the demons. Buy Asmoda bonds.
Bezos bonds.
Bezos.
Elbon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bezos bonds or Asmodia bonds? Asmoda bonds?
If you ride your war machine-
Autobots?
Autobonds. There you go.
Auto bonds. All right.
What about Cinnabons?
Oh no, with Sin S-I-N.
Sinner bonds.
Sinner bonds. Oh boy. All right. Oh, you do you remember which one you drank? You drank your blood potion, right? Sonya, I believe.
I drank the Frost Giant.
Oh, you did. Okay, but you did get a Hill Giant. I believe. No, you
Yeah,
got a stone.
the stone.
No, you got a Stone Giant. Okay, so you don't have to roll me something. What'd you guys all roll? I need a. Oh wow, look at that. Okay,
With that D6.
6,
So,
4, 6.
all of your hearts probably at the Flipsis probably won't like this, but all of your hearts grew 4 to 6 sizes that day.
Man, that seems like a serious medical condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Probably should get that checked out.
yeah.
My heart explodes out of my chest.
You all
It's
have
too
one
large.
hell of idea.
You all like the fiery chicken.
Talk about heartburn.
Yeah.
Heart strain. All right, so I just need to get everybody's numbers up. But yeah, basically, y'all did a good thing. Like, you could have easily just left Mooncolor there, kept him in the. There was nothing part of that meant that Mooncolor had to be freed. I know Aphelion already had a vendetta to get Mooncolor out of there, but
Not gonna lie, wanted him as a mount, but that's not how the cards played out.
He is
so.
literally a tasty piece of meat in like the world's biggest,
Yeah.
like the world's least populated, least stocked buffet, I guess you could say. He's the last piece of garlic bread at fucking.
You could just stop there. He's the last piece of garlic bread.
He's the
Just
last piece
ever.
The only piece of garlic bread that's been in hell in the last 1,000 years.
The last breadstick in the Olive Garden, so to speak.
And there's no more waiters to bring you more.
That trip to the Feywild changed to Flipsis.
Ooh.
I know, that's why I was like, you're gonna be pissed.
Aw, cute.
Go kick some puppies.
Yeah, just automatically looks around. It's like, I hate this feeling. Kicks imp for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't kicking an imp a good
every
act,
reason.
though?
Well, now we went to the meat grinder last time. I don't think that was considered good.
Mm-hmm.
Bad things to bad people isn't necessarily good.
Yeah.
Probably. But if you are the good guy, quote unquote, then it is.
Maybe that imp was gathering soul coins to pay for his grandmother's like medical bills.
Let's be honest, it wasn't for that.
Nah.
I don't know that.
You don't know that. Only the DM truly knows that. And yes, it was for medical
Imps are
bills.
evil by nature.
Not all imps are evil.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing recently is like, are things inherently evil? Blah blah blah. Orcs, racism, etc.
Who that?
I think we can be pretty clear that devils tend to be evil.
They tend to follow
Yeah,
an
but that's
evil
that's
law.
assuming they're.
This is
Their
metaphysical,
alignment.
though. That's the thing. There's no
Yeah.
material plane relations.
Yeah.
This is straight up
Dang.
Dante's Inferno style. Kind of.
This dang cat is now
Yeah.
perched. Okay, so you guys ended last session with going over the ridge of one of the blasted craggy hills of Avernus, the wind whipping through Sonya's hair as he leads the party towards his destination, the volcano forge of Bel, the former Archduke of Avernus, now demoted to being something else. As you rise over this hill and stare down towards the red-tinged river Styx below you, you see in the distance the volcano spewing its smoke in the air. But at the base of this hill, kind of close to a smaller rivulet of the Styx, you see the Equilibrium, the burning judge, Adelphi's ship, her war machine ship, perched there, people idly on the deck, and you can actually see as you crest the ridge, Adelphi with her pet, giant whatever that lion pet thing is, standing there at her side as she stands on the deck with some sort of spyglass looking out over the Styx towards what looks to be a cluster of iron buildings and steel apparati in the distance. Fly you guys over there. Alright, so upon arrival, you hear and you can see movement on the decks as a few of the harpoon turrets swivel in your direction. However, you see Thesra, the other angelic being of the ship, walk towards the prow, look out in your direction and call out over her shoulder towards the rest of the crew, who kind of inform everybody that you're arriving. The harpoons that were trained on you no longer point at you, and you can. Looks like it is safe to approach now.
Away.
Approach we shall.
Okay, so with the war machines parked, the Soul Train, the Golden Vice, and the Uncrashable 2, you approach the ship, and a ladder is lowered towards you. Actually, I would imagine the ship has the fucking. Now that we've watched enough Avatar, it has that totally impractical Fire Nation prow of ship goes kabonk.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean impractical? It's the most practical.
I mean, how the fuck does that bitch not sink? If they got some great seals on that thing, man. There's got some
Amazing.
Look, it's
Weather
firebending. It involves heating the
and
water underneath it.
insulation. No
Also-
cats have gotten to that insulation.
No, I actually really do like that little pointy bit because it's very it's like for sieges.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, no, for
sieging
sure.
a wall from the water. It's
They
cool.
just keep the ship hot enough and then it floats to the top.
Obviously.
It just makes me think of the Star Destroyer bridges, right? Why would you have a giant pizza spaceship and then have a thing sticking out the top of it that clearly says "Hit me here"? But
I
they do
mean,
it
that's
anyway.
just current naval stuff though. I mean, aside from old naval stuff, most pretty sure they must have modeled them after shipping barges or shipping freighters.
There is a reason for having a high point for communications when using radio waves in ocean, but there's no
Space.
reason to have space. Yeah, you're not using visual.
Mm-hmm.
you're
Space
not
weather.
There's no horizon in space.
I mean, for all you know, they are using radios and.
Sure, but
Like
you could-
signal-
you-
probably like
you could
signals,
shoot
right?
all over. In fact, having a ship that's shaped aerodynamic at all is kind of pointless.
All right, so as you guys arrive, you see the ladder or the front prow of the boat, a gangplank kind of thing. Drawbridge gangplank loading bay opens up, and you see a few of the redeemed, the women who make up the crew of the Equilibrium and the burning and the searing court, walking forward, armed, a little bit wary of you, all looking a little bit surly, and they motion for you to come aboard.
Need to go aboard.
Yep.
Okay, proceed. All right.
Finger guns.
Yep, you walk past them. As you guys arrive on the ship, you can see that, as I said, Adelphi is with her pet up on the back of the ship, looking downriver towards towards something in the distance. She hears your approach, puts down the spyglass as the lion, this Filoni, whatever the fuck it's called. What the hell is this thing called?
Isn't that the guy who wrote Avatar?
Its name is Dextra, but the thing is a Felidar. It's basically like a cat thing. Felonious, yes, he is the director, the director of Avatar, and I didn't know how much he fucking directed. He's an OG in terms of, I wouldn't even say OG. He's just he has some fucking great pedigree in terms of his animation stuff, and in terms of just his general story. It sounds like he does bite-sized stories very well, because he was the supervising guy for the entirety of The Mandalorian.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He did that.
Yeah, he directed some of them, but he worked alongside whatever his name is, Lucky. I don't fucking remember his actual name. Favreau. Dave Favreau? Jon Favreau in The Mandalorian. And yeah, he dude, that whole speech that he does about the Duel of the Fates and the importance of that fight is the dude is Star Wars. This is his fucking jam. It's so cool. Love
It's a
listening.
little labor of love to make the Mandalorian aspects of it.
Well, for the whole point, just quick sidetrack, the whole point of his thing of the Duel of the Fates was that song and that moment was literally whoever won that fight was going to shape Anakin's life.
Right.
So that's
the duel of his fate. Right?
Yep, exactly. Okay. So when Qui-Gon is killed, spoilers, he was the last one, or he was the one who probably had the best chance of raising Anakin like a father, or providing a father figure for Anakin and actually raising him in the right way. While Obi-Wan fucking sucked as a master for Anakin.
Everyone loved Obi-Wan, but he's kind of a neglected.
Obi-Wan, it was just that he was too young to be taking on that role.
Right. No, he himself, as you watch in the fucking shitty episodes 2 and 3, and even I think probably in some of the Clone Wars stuff, he's still learning, and he still doesn't understand. He's still a cocky hotshot too. You can't be too cocky hotshots. You have to have old wise man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need your arrow in there.
Yeah, which is why even though he had a shorter time with Luke, he was able to Obi-Wan was able to actually teach him some shit.
That's true. That's gonna correct his earlier mistakes, and then Luke.
And then he also sent him off to the oldest OG in the galaxy to learn from Green Frog Man. So
recognizing that you're not ready yet is a sign of maturity.
Also, as being 900 years old is a good sign of maturity too.
Yeah. There's a low growl from Dextra, the lion, as you guys approach. As he stalks towards you guys, he approaches you, Aphelion, and does the big dog or cat head, top of head into your side type of thing, nearly knocking you over onto the floorboard, onto the deck of the boat, as he does it with a little bit more force than he should. Adelphi puts away the spyglass with a click, sheaths it, puts it on her belt at her side, and turns to you all, approaches casually, and she says, I'm glad you have come back and found me. I'd gotten the signal that you have completed some of the bounties that I gave you. I'm assuming that is what you returned to discuss.
Yeah, we would have been here sooner, but we got distracted by one of the bounties on the way, so worked out well.
Those are not as easy to find as you would think with a giant boat and those charming looks.
She gives you just a, she just gives you a not even a smile, it's just like a look of acknowledgement. Like she's like, yes, I do have charming looks. She looks to you though, Aphelion, and you can see there's a brief like glint in her eyes as she looks at you. Then she turns away and she says, "Join me in the cabin. We'll proceed with the processing of the bounties. Come."
Hey.
I give cat head pets before coming.
Yeah, he's kind of letting out like a strange low purr, but then as you walk past him, he sniffs you and kind of lets out a low growl as he seems to be as he growls at your shield.
I look to him and I'm just kind of been like, it's all right, don't worry about it.
There's
Got it under control.
There's a look from him of kind of like a questioning look, and he stalks back around and goes back next to Fessra at this point.
Would Hamon be able to see that or recognize what may have just
the sniff?
Yeah, or like that weird kind of look at the shield. Or
Yeah, I mean, it's the cat's not this giant cat is definitely not hiding it that well. You definitely, everybody on the deck definitely saw that. There's like a moment of him.
Kitty stare, just like.
Yeah, like you saw a ghost in the corner. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you guys are led below decks to her quarters, where once again she signals, makes kind of like a silent signal to something, and you, one of the redeemed, enter the room with some drinks and some food, just general kind of hearty meals. Nothing too fancy, nothing like the Wandering Emporium or anything like that. But you're presented with some hearty bread, some cured meats, and some ale for everybody.
Forgot how good real food is.
Yes, we're able to procure some while we're down here. I've also heard some interesting news from you folks. It seems that you are the big fish in the ocean, per se.
Yeah, you could say that. Would not be inaccurate.
She smiles. It's lucky that the other warlords don't provide much in terms of the balance. She takes out her kind of pocket watch, weird device thing. You can see the scales are slightly tipped in the direction of the devils right now. They are a rogue agent and don't really provide much either way to the Blood War. Do with them what you must. It is fine. But from what I hear, from what my little birds tell me, all but one have been eliminated.
Yep, and the one that wasn't is not exactly doing so hot for himself.
Yeah.
There is, she says, well, Feanor was the worst of them. Bitter Breath, I'm glad he's gone. But the Princeps Kovacs, he's a little bit wily. I heard that a few of his men were, or a few of his fiends were detained and taken care of at Fort Knucklebone, but he escaped with his lieutenants. They'll probably raise another army soon, another warband, and come after either Maggie or you. So I'd keep your eyes peeled for him on the horizon.
Yep.
He looks at you, Sonya, and that is some interesting armor. I'd imagine, I could see, like, I could envision, Sonya, you have, like, a piece of bread accidentally stuck to one of the barbs, or, like, the spike bits. Like, you reach your gauntlet, you know, you reach your gauntleted hand out and, like, come back with, like, 5 pieces of bread stuck to your forearm.
I think there's just bread. Yeah, you know, they say, a man's only as sharp as his armor, right? They say that, right?
That is a saying somewhere.
Yeah,
and,
right.
well, there's much we have to talk about, but let's get down to business first. Do you have the bounties that you have completed?
We sure do. I would kind of like offer up. Didn't we take the head of one of them?
You got the head of the Ice Devil, but you do still just have the bounties themselves.
The contracts, yeah. Oh, I think Sango was just like, well, here's the head.
In the middle of the table. There's a bit of a start as well as the kind of a gasp from the soldier, one of the redeemed at the door, and she says, "Well, that's good for evidence, but just so you know, it is not necessary to bring a body part back, as long as the contract is nearby when the deed is done. That is good enough. It knows. So, you have the contracts.
We do.
Yeah, I'll pull. I think I still have one of them.
Yeah, so you pull both of them out. She says, she reaches a hand out for them.
Yeah,
Hand them over. And she holds them and looks them over, kind of gives them a cursory scan. She says, good. Both of them have sensed the demise of their targets. Both of them are complete. And she takes out a strange box from behind her along the mantle of the window that like looks out over Avernus. And it almost looks like one of those kind of suggestion boxes. Ornate, gilded leafed details all around it. But it doesn't, it has an ornate lock on the front of it as well. Just that little bit of a very small slot on the top. And she fits the papers in it, and it perfectly fits, and the papers fall into it, and puts them in one at a time, and you hear, like a thunk sound as she inserts them in there. She takes the key, opens them up, and you see now, like, a solid, what almost looks just like similar to a soul coin in its diameter and size, but not of that tarnished black hellfire metal that the soul coins are made out of. This one is more of a golden coin and has a image on it that I think. Come on, give me a history check.
You got it. I actually had a question to follow up as well after this. Okay,
you recognize it as a coin with Mordenkainen's face on it.
Okay. How large is this coin?
About same size. It's like, 3 inches in diameter. Not super big. Not as big as the soul coins are, but pretty big.
Okay.
And so she inserts each of those contracts, the two of them, and they get each of these coins emerges from the box. It's kind of like actually, he doesn't even need to open it up. There's some sort of mechanism in there that just like spits them out, and she hands them over to you. They each on one side have Mordenkainen's face on it, and then on the other side there is the face of the fiend that you slayed. So on one side you recognize the face of that gilded devil, and you recognize the weird, strange blue buggish face of the ice devil that you killed earlier. This is there. Those coins are your rewards. You can keep them as souvenirs, or you can turn them in as tokens. It is your decision.
Are these for some sort of devilish skee ball? I don't quite follow.
He smiles and he says, "There's well, it's all about showing you what we have here today, isn't it?" Claps her hands and she tells the redeemed at the door, "Bring the box, please." And another box is brought in. This one much larger, and on it you can see it's got like padlocks on the front of it, 2 sets of them, and on the front there's no keyhole but just a large slot, diameter 3 inches tall. She smiles and she says, "Have fun. The prize is that those who keep the balance here, Mordenkainen, he you can already tell, likes to play a bit of a game for those who complete the contracts or these bounties here in Avernus and elsewhere in the Nine Hells. It is a bit of his own doing, and he enjoys the randomness of it, so you're more than welcome to try your luck."
So this is just the mystery box from Nazi zombies. That's what I'm hearing.
It's actually worse now. We had to pay like these contracts to get it. We actually had to doing loot boxes.
I didn't realize the Hells had a company store. That's a new one.
Yeah, you want to open an Avernus loot box real quick?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Let's do it.
Only 7 soul coins to open the next loot box.
It's like, here's your reward, and then like pointing at a gumball machine in the corner, like, go pick it out.
Yeah.
The one question I want to do, since we're leaving or heading out, Did I sense? I tried to do this earlier, but I can't remember. Did I sense any magic coming off the contracts, and if so, what kind?
Oh yeah, I think we did this before, and I want to look it up. It would be, I'm pretty sure it actually would be.
Because it could also be like, well, she's not fiendish, so.
Well, I think it would be multiple forms of magic.
Yeah,
It
I
would
think
be-
we looked this up, and it was like, there's definitely, I think there was definitely divination.
Yep.
In there. Yeah, divination, reveal your secrets to me, and
Yeah, it was like a layered spell with things or layered magic going into the
a little bit. Yeah, it was mostly divination with some illusion, and
Probably transmutation.
I was gonna say transmutation. Yeah.
That makes sense. And then I guess to follow, just to be real quick, did I sense anything change when it was inserted into the coin machine?
When it was changed into the coin machine? No.
No, I couldn't tell anything. Okay.
Well, actually, you lost the sense of it.
Okay, so the magic somehow either got shielded or faded, or transformed. Just it's no longer sensible.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Well, yeah. Let's fucking roll a dice, I guess, to see what we get.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
There's
the large chest, the large ornate chest is there, and you're more than welcome to. Who's going to put the first coin in?
Can I? I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky.
I was gonna say me in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to use your luck roll on this.
Yeah.
What about divination?
No.
Damn
Should
it.
I? Should
Well,
I?
that also won't help you in this case.
Oh,
Yeah.
FYI.
As determined.
We'd have to know what we were gonna get.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Luck would. Wait, did you say I would be able to use luck?
No. Well, yeah, sure. Why not? You could use luck, but not divination, because divination doesn't make sense.
I mean, luck is an afterthought.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll see. So, Aphelion,
Okay, well,
you're gonna
whatever,
you'll do the
Aphelion.
first one.
Wait,
You're-
did we heal?
Yes, you've healed.
Okay, so we're back to reset.
Yeah, no worries. Just go
So I'm
back to
at 18
reset because I
health.
can't remember.
And
Oh,
I
actually,
assume
no.
that we
This
have
is you haven't.
13.
You've come direct. You've had a short rest if you wanted to, but you have not have your long rest just yet. Okay.
I'm gonna roll some hit dice.
Yeah, you might as well. All right, so Aphelion, you take the first coin and you walk up to the box, insert it in, and there is a fanfare of sounds and like pling plong pling boing. Brr. Roll me that D100.
Dude, with luck, we're totally about to get a malfunction and get double prizes.
Ooh. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So you roll a 18. All right. So now roll me another D100.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh boy, infernal corn.
No, wait, what is this?
Corn? Was it corn?
Oh my god.
Please tell me some good shit.
Okay, so the box opens up, and you're like.
I thought you said queso.
You're
like
looking.
queso,
You're
like
expecting. You're expecting something shiny to emerge from it, and you find a pair of rings in the box.
That's shiny.
Yeah, they're it's not big, nothing too crazy.
I think that's for the ring toss.
I think too small for that.
You look at them, and one of the rings is very thin, and the other one, as you look closely on it, Aphelion, looks like a musical instrument of some sort.
Oh.
Is it the world's tiniest violin?
You are 100% correct. This is the pair of tiny violin rings. This pair of golden rings play a sad, sad melody when you rub the two rings together. Creatures that know the Vicious Mockery cantrip can use the set of rings as a somatic component instead of the normal verbal component required for the spell.
Oh my god.
Luck of the roll, that's just legit it.
Okay, so I wonder who that's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will immediately.
I feel like the right person got it.
The fella can just use it. I mean, you can make us.
As everyone else opens everything else, he's just gonna keep playing them.
Wait, can you repeat what it does? I was definitely looking for the tiny violin gif. So
It is pair of tiny violin ring. I'll paste it.
Okay.
Just let
Perfect.
you use it instead of actually you cast. or
So
stay
it's a somatic instead of verbal. So it's useful if you're like, you can have that just be like, "Meep." You don't have to actually like yell something in a room in order to viciously
bound and
mock somebody.
gagged. Basically, just, you do the GIF.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely for our bard. That is.
I mean, hey,
I will
that
give
was
you-
all just a roll of dice there.
Yep. Unfortunate. I mean, fortunate, but also unfortunate. Because I wanted something for me because it was the coin I put in. But yes, no.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me play those for you.
It does not require attunement, so that is something.
Right. There's a free glimmer.
I like the bling. What do they do?
Would I know what they do, like in character?
No, not yet. I think you
Right.
gave him over to Glimmer just because it looks like
Yeah.
a musical instrument.
It's a little violin. Like, yeah. I think you can play it.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're in hell, so maybe you can upgrade it to golden at some point.
I mean, they're rings. I'm imagining them as golden rings, so they're golden rings now.
Yeah, you just like wear them on your fingers and rub them together or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the violin brass knuckles. I see what they are.
Oh God.
Play me a song, Mr. Bardman.
I want to do it. I want to put a soul coin in.
Right. Go for it. We got one more.
Okay, roll a d100, Ellipsis. Another cacophony of sounds as the coin for the Ice Devil goes in. An 8.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, based on the last one, got an item. A low roll was a item that was a common item. Do you want to spend your luck? You try to roll higher.
Yeet.
Okay.
Roll again. Roll again.
Yeah, one more roll.
Roll high this time.
Big whammies. Wait, no whammies.
No whammy.
That's a natural 20, guys. That's a natural 20.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Uh-huh. All right, roll another d100.
It's not a crit, but it's a natural 20.
Roll me another d100.
Every time I'm just getting the vibes of
Oh, well then.
Save El Trill. Campaign's over.
Derpy just fucking nailed her knee.
Ow. Now it does IRL? That's how hard the roll is?
She just doesn't know how. She doesn't understand space.
My spatial awareness is terrible.
So bad. She'll like
You
walk.
hate
She'll do the thing where she'll like walk around the corner of the bed and just walk into like the foot of the bed because she
Are
like
you
takes.
8?
No. Yes, she kind of sometimes is.
4.
Okay, so
Not
what?
8.
What?
No, I'm this many.
I'm this many.
All right. So what pops out is a strange bag. With a, it looks like it's made out of some sort of animal or
I stick
creature.
my hand in it.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. kidding.
I've got experience with these things. I don't know what these.
So
I'm kidding.
it has a, it's a strange, it's made out of some creature. The skin of it has like small little hairs all on it, and something that's odd about it is that it has straps instead of just 2 backpack straps.
Uh-huh.
So it's for a spider.
I'm going to wait. How are the H straps oriented? Like, would it work to put my 2 arms?
So just imagine, no, it's basically like, it's 8 straps, but just imagine your typical 2-strap backpack, but it is cut down horizontal across the middle, right? So that makes 4 straps, and then sliced vertical on each one, making it 8 straps.
So 2 on top, 2 on bottom.
Yep.
4 on each side.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my hands through the top one on the right and the bottom double on the left,
Mhm.
and see my way around the boat.
So as you stick it on, it eats you and starts attacking you. No, it does not. It actually will. It actually starts to. You feel it like stick to you. It adheres to you over your shoulders, across your chest, and around your waist. And as you prance around the cabin, everybody else is immediately creeped out as the back of the bag, the flap that covers the top of it, has 8 sets of eyes, or 8 eyes adorning it, that seem to be watching everybody as Eclipsis prances across the room.
I have eyes on the back. Do I know that?
No, you didn't. I don't know if you
'Cause I
looked at
didn't
that
look.
detail.
Well, I mean, how closely would I have had to look? I looked at it.
Yeah, you could have seen the eyes on the bag, sure.
Okay, then before I poke with the eyes.
Why?
Because there are eyes on my backpack. Why would I not poke it?
You poke it and it goes.
Keep it on back.
Yeah, it goes.
It's alive!
No, it didn't make a noise. It made a weird like squeaky noise, like you're poking rubber. But the eye does blink back at you.
That's a bit disconcerting. Why is this in the grab bag of lovely parts?
Adelphi looks at you and she says, "I do not know. It's always a mystery what Mordenkainen comes up with."
Another eye.
That one doesn't blink, but still makes that kind of like pushing a soft thing feeling.
This is a little spooky. I'm going to go ahead and do a thing, okay? I'm going to cast Identify.
Ritualistically or immediately?
I don't have repairs. I have to.
Okay.
So if you want to wait a few minutes, I can figure out exactly what that thing is. If you're a little worried before trying to put it on.
So while you're doing that,
I've already put it on.
Yeah, it's on.
Spider bag.
Please,
But I will sit with my spider bag on.
And I'm getting disconcerted because it's looking back at me as I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's like it's that weird thing of like a painting on a wall that you swear was following you around the room,
yeah.
But they're definitely, I don't know, there's something off about it. As you're doing this, you're going to take probably. So I'm sure you kind of want to. Do you want to identify both things?
Yeah, I would. I'm more spooked by the mini-eyed bag.
Okay, so the bag will be first, and the rings on be
I
next.
assume they're still like, kind of eating and hanging out, right?
Yeah.
This is the
So
whole thing.
yeah, Adelphi pulls, nods, and she just says, "Well, those were for those 2 contracts. If you complete the other ones, you're more than welcome to return them, and also have another attempt at whatever Mordenkainen can come up with. In the meantime, you're welcome to identify them, figure out what the heck they actually are, and whatever Mordenkainen has provided for you.
See, I'm on.
And if you don't mind," and she looks at you, Aphelion, and she says, "I'd like to go for a quick walk with you, my son."
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll try not to take too long, guys. I know we've got things to do, but yeah, I'll be back.
Basically, I mean, you have like 20 minutes as Hamon is ritualistically identifying some stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So Adelphi takes you out of the cabin and up into the prow of the ship. She kind of gives a look to the other crew, who give a little bit of a wide berth and stay away from you. The dog, or the cat lion Dextra, you hear his heavy footfalls on the planks of the ship as he saunters up next to you and just kind of passes you, gives a light, like, low growl, not threatening, but just like a growl of like, "I'm here," and sits next to Adelphi's side. Adelphi leans over the rail of the ship, looks out over the horizon of Avernus, just at the storm clouds, the meteors falling, and without looking at you, she says, "I can sense that you have changed. What's happened since I have last seen you?"
Well, we needed some stuff. Well, specifically, we needed the blood of Tiamat. So we made a deal with Archon to get his vial of the blood of Tiamat. And as a result, I kind of died for a moment, but I'm fine, because I made it work.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Alright.
You put to find their disappointment in you.
Yep. Probably not.
Gosh, she lays on
Yeah,
the
you don't. Yeah,
basketball.
she does not. She doesn't react. You don't really see her react in any. But she does say, after a moment of pause, "You died. Did one of your companions revive you, bring you back to life?"
Not exactly.
She looks at the she turns to you and kind of gives you a once over, looking at the eyes fixating for a moment on Stella, your familiar wrapped around your arm. Just kind of your general aura and vibe. Continue. Realize that you had a new companion as well. Much changes down here I guess.
Yeah, this is Stella.
Stella!
Yeah, she's a familiar, you know. But yeah, I guess there's no real point dancing around the subject. I made a deal with the devil. I hold up my shield. He's in here.
There's a low growl from Dextra at her side as he kind of, like, you see his teeth. You see the teeth come up from between his lips, like he does his lips curl back. He pets his head and just, You made a deal with Gargoth. Interesting. I didn't realize he had that power.
Well, he was a pit fiend. Just, he's kind of stuck. But don't worry, because I will get out of the deal at some point. All I gotta do is kill him, which will come at some point. Or I'll die to him, and either way, whatever happens, happens. Chances are, though, I'm not gonna let him out of here until I'm ready to deal with him.
What were the caveats of this deal? Sense that you are... Well, I feel like he has given you a little bit more power, I could say.
Yeah, I'm kind of playing off of his abilities a bit. For now.
She takes a long, deep breath and looks out over the horizon again. She just says, "You're grown now, and I am not one to... I've missed the years of being your mother, telling you what to do. You're your own man and your own decisions. Make your own decisions. But that does not mean I still can't worry about you. I'm not one to want to see you throw your life away, willy-nilly. Don't do that."
I won't. I don't plan to, at least. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have taken the deal if I didn't have the utmost confidence that I could handle it.
You are confident in yourself, I can see that, but still know that even though Gargoth is trapped within that shield and has been for some time, he is still a powerful fiend. And very conniving at that. I just would implore you not to underestimate. You may be in control now, but that could change very quickly.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about it. But for now, I haven't seen any signs of him getting out of there of his own accord anytime soon.
Good. The longer you keep him in there, the longer you have to not worry about all these deals that you have made with, or this deal that you have made with him. And you can continue on your way down here in Avernus. Are you close to your goal?
We're making progress. I'd say I would say we're 2 steps away, but last time I thought that we were actually 12 steps away. So we're probably 30 steps away, but we also could be 2 steps away. So hard to say.
Distances and time and measurement is definitely hard to keep track of down here in Avernus. I completely understand.
Can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of a tiefling being able to contract deals?
Once again, a moment of pause. Give me another perception check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one actually, because I do want to know for sure. 21.
Yeah, you definitely see during that moment of pause, it's like a look on her face of like surprise, but like surprise of like how would you know something like about that type of surprise, not like a I've never heard kind of surprise. You don't understand what I'm saying, right? Like it's the
yeah, like really you've encountered that kind of a thing.
And it also like a bit of curiosity, like really you've encountered that where type of thing. She says, I've heard of such things. As you know, tieflings are born from the blood of fiendish devils, sometimes powerful ones at that. If they can call forth that devilish, fiendish heritage and are, well, have enough conviction behind it, maybe their ancestor, where their blood comes from, sees fit to grant them the powers of a full fiend for just but a moment. Contracts don't just benefit those who sign them and go into them. You do know that. There is one who benefits from all contracts.
Asmodeus.
Hans.
Interesting.
Why do you ask such a question? There's definitely her eyes. If you've trailed off and like looked up to the horizon, you see she says that to you, and her gaze is like locked upon you.
I'm still just like staring off into the distance, and I just say, "Well, let's just say that we didn't let Bitter Breath live without precautions."
There's a look of surprise on her face. Bitter Breath is alive. The reports were that his war party was destroyed in a battle outside of Fort Knucklebone along with Feanor.
That it was, but he walked away. And the gold tiefling in there, my friend Glimmer, contracted him, so Bitter Breath is now working for us.
Working. Once
Yeah.
again, just a pause.
And I'm not
What is
entirely sure of
he-
his motives.
What is he doing?
He's after a lieutenant by the name of Rashid.
Shad.
Rashad, my bad. Rashad.
There, you don't even need to roll a perception check, as you see her eyes definitely go noticeably wider when that name. It says, business do you have with Rashad?
It's a great question. Glimmer has interest in him for some reason or another, and I've been trying to put my finger on it. Because obviously I, as a player, know.
Yeah, and no, that's totally true. So far, the only things that like in character, or the only things that have kind of popped up have been Glimmer's reaction to the bounty hunter assassin saying that name, the kind of very brief reaction to when you guys were descending in the Ed Zeppelin to the floors, to the grounds of Avernus, when he spotted his father at in the battlefield.
I guess.
And that's
that would
basically
be up to
that's it. Yeah, Glimmer. Yeah, well, how much is? I don't think you've actually revealed it. I really don't think you have.
I think Aphelion would know.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been something where you'd never told me, but you've told me enough that I could infer it.
Yeah, I think you'd have that intuition.
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
I mean, why don't you just roll me? Why don't you then we'll leave it up to a slight roll, where it's like we'll see has Aphelion pieced it together. It's just like a investigation check, low DC on this because you have all the pieces. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll say, well, honestly, a little bit of backstory from what Glimmer has told me. He wasn't a tiefling in the same sense as other tieflings. He
What do you mean, other
What do you mean
tieflings?
by?
he doesn't descend directly from a devil.
I'm
His-
not there. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flips his
I'm tapping to be continuing the story.
Go
I
ahead.
just
I just
popped up
happened to answer
rabbit
your
hole.
question. His mother was sick when she was pregnant with him, and I'm not sure all of the exact details, but it seems that his father made a deal with a devil to save both her and Glimmer's life. And as a result, as a cruel joke, he was born a tiefling, and his father was conscripted into the army of hell, I suppose.
Adelphi looks to you and kind of gives a thoughtful pause, looking up.
I believe Rashad is his father.
Interesting. Wonder. He has risen rather rapidly in ranks. Now Lucille's highest lieutenant basically does most of her bidding. Whenever something needs to be done, he sends him out to do it. But I am more curious, does he... This... I'm sorry, I should probably... I don't know if you would know this, or I should ask your friend himself, but... Does he know who his father signed a deal?
I'm not sure. He might. Also, not gonna lie, it might be worth looking into, because getting close to Lucille would probably be helpful with my little issue as well.
Ah, yes. History of Gargoth and Lucille is... Well, it's known throughout Avernus. It was quite the messy breakup.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I kind of got more of the feel that Gargoth was kind of a stalker more than anything.
Oh no, it was a passionate relationship between the damage and collateral they did while they were together was worse than some of the bloodiest battles of the Blood War. You don't want to see two pit fiends fucking, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I understand that.
Devil
Like,
slammage.
yeah.
Demon Bean. Wait, Devil Bean. Okay.
DP, devil penetration.
Oh god.
They don't just like fuck each other; they fuck the landscape around them.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Well,
are no
either way, I think she probably would not pass up the opportunity to, put him in his place.
That could be a plan. Well, whatever you plan to do with Gargoth, I reiterate, be safe. Not underestimate him, and keep an eye on your friend Glimmer. There is more to that.
Yeah.
Once again, kind of like drifts off into thoughtfulness. And as she says that, there's a sudden massive shadow that passes over the deck of the boat, and everything starts to just fucking shake. As over that hill and the berm, and you guys feel it inside the cabin as well. Like the instruments, the plates with the bread and the meats on it start to shake. Come on, as you finish, you're finishing your last ritual cast of the Identify at this point. You're suddenly shaken awake, and on the deck, what the two of you, or what Adelphi and Aphelion see on deck is a ginormous, rusted nail-shaped hunk of metal soars over that berm that you guys descended down towards the sticks, nearly like clipping the top of it with the kind of dragging tail of this thing, as it just rockets above you. You can see that there are like these hot orange glowing thrusters on the back side of it, just kind of blowing out this like infernal flame with trails of smoke, fucking, you know, Mad Max style, just trailing out behind it, just into the distance. And the engines are just, it's like the fucking gnarliest like V12 Hemi fucking sounding engine type of thing, but like at a grander scale, you know, like you're hearing a boat, like a giant freighter go by as it just
It's all those Dodge Charger owners to shame.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's actually, you know, if you've ever been outside of a freight train station or anything like that, when you hear those things start to start up and it's just like that low, like.
Oh, like the heavy diesel's really starting to get. Yeah.
Actually, you know what's the other sound? Speaking of Star Wars, what it sounds like is fucking like Sebulba's pod racer.
Oh,
Yeah. Like that's just fucking a horrible sound. So yeah, this flying fortress just soars over the ship. Doesn't even pays no heed to it. But Aphelion, you watch as it soars off into the distance, and then towards that area that Adelphi was watching earlier, where those large hunks of metal are rising out of the sticks, and you watch once again, now closer than you ever were before, as the flying fortress itself slowly descends, and you can hear in the distance that creaking and like grinding of metal and gears as these metallic arms reach up and close around this ship, grasping it as there's that like kind of final as it grinds into place. Those in the cabin, as you guys kind of, you know, are shaken awake or shaken from whatever you're doing, possibly mid bite of food, mid meditation, you watch out that kind of like big back window of the captain's cabin. You watch as this just all of a sudden from above you, just this jagged shape cuts across your view, spewing out black smoke and gouts of fire as it cruises into the distance along the sticks. And once again, you guys see the same thing as the arms grip this thing. The end of your identification, Mr. Hamon. Before you all do whatever reaction you want to that, you identified the ring as you tell Glimmer it is the ring of pair of tiny violin rings. So Glimmer now knows all the details and definitions there. A backpack.
I think I'll laugh when I tell him that. Okay, if you want to make someone have a bad time, you can just play that instead of trying to give them a terrible joke.
Oh.
Or you can do a terrible joke too. It's okay. You have options.
All right. So the backpack is the web grip rucksack.
That's a mouthful.
Yep.
Web grip?
Does it give him like some spidery goodness or something?
This spider skin bag is lined with a thin layer of adhesive web. Items stored inside the bag are held in place by the web, preventing stored items from clattering around or being removed without your knowledge. While you're wearing the bag, creatures other than you have disadvantage on sleight of hand checks to steal from the bag. The bag and its 8 straps adhere to the surface they're pressed against, such as your torso or the wall of a tavern. If you are wearing the bag, you can gently remove the straps from your body as an action. Other creatures that attempt to wrench the bag from you make any strength checks to do so at disadvantage. The bag can hold up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds. Spider skin is pliable and stretches easily, allowing the bag to shrink and grow to accommodate the objects placed inside to some degree. Even though the eyes adorning the bag are lifeless and unmoving, they still blink on rare occasion.
Yo, guys, I found a place for our soul coins.
Dude, you just fucking picked up Dora the Explorer's infernal backpack.
It's the try it, bitch backpack.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of a pun, but I can't. Brain wrinkles escape me.
This becomes you.
Yeah, the smoothness is me.
That is a good. You're right there, Derby. That is a good place for our soul coins.
Mm-hmm.
How many soul coins do we have left?
You have 18 on yourselves right now.
How much does each one weigh?
Oh,
Do we ever,
yeah,
do
how
we
much do
ever,
they weigh?
clarify that?
Yeah, you know.
A few pounds, right?
So a soul coin weighs, it's 5 inches across, 1/3 of a pound.
Oh, okay. They're actually fairly light then for their size.
That could fit a ton of.
Well, yeah, souls aren't that heavy.
Just the metal is.
I'm just trying to think of the volume. How thick is it? Maybe I'm getting way too deep.
So it'll fit those. It'll.
Okay.
I mean,
Because I was thinking
it'll be
80
pretty.
Bag stretches.
you could probably fit about 240. I mean, just by the weight, but 88 cubic feet is fairly large.
It's gonna be a sad-looking bag after a while, as this thing is just all like stretched out,
Like,
looking
oh,
like a
you told me that
But
that
it's
tall,
malleable,
third grader with a backpack as
pliable.
big as they are.
yeah, dragging that shit.
I mean, talk about like I got preschoolers like that, man.
I kind of did that in middle school. Not gonna lie.
The biggest fupa of a bag, dude.
So I can wear this bag like on my chest
Yeah, it's the ultimate
because
secure
it'll
bag.
stick to it.
So
So
can
I can
you?
wear it in the
give
front.
us, oh, and without clattering, so you can be silent with it. Can you stick the bag to things too?
Yep,
To a
exactly.
wall, yep.
Here's the surface that they're pressing. Gotcha. Okay. I was
It
reading
says
pretty
such as your torso or the
Or a
wall of a tavern.
Uh,
So like we're sitting
yeah.
down for a
Oh,
drink, it
there's
just sits
some
right
cool-
there.
Wait, there's some really cool shit you can do with this. All right. Hamon is scheming in the corner, thinking. He's doing the little steeped hands, little fingers, you know. Going,
Stick to ceiling, wrap straps around neck.
Yeah, sure.
That's one of these.
That's anything you can use for dealing with any like environmental.
Yeah, don't put it on and then jump into something.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna. Well,
As a joke, someone like sticks it to the wall before they like leave, then they start putting it on, and they take it off, and you put one of the straps back in the wall right as they leave, and just get stuck.
Yeah, just get yoinked back, like yoink. I'm going to post an image because. Also, big shout outs to your boy Gastroy for sharing the document or the book that we are getting these items from.
oh, is that 1,000 items thing or whatever?
No, it's not 1,000. It's like 300 and something items, I think.
Oh,
But it's
But they're all you know, I mean,
Yeah.
you could roll from the base D&D item stuff, but those guys are like, we've all seen them for the most part, and these are fun. So that's what the little rucksack looks like.
Cute.
yeah, it's like a little spider.
That's super cute.
Oh, you know what it is? It's totally that cute spider.
Like a Harry Potter bag.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
because it blinks.
It's totally this thing right here. I don't know where this is from, but I've seen this before.
That's just the little, yeah, somebody's animation project, I think.
Uh-huh.
Spoder.
Eh.
Okay, so you guys are all jarred awake. What are your reactions down there in the captain's quarters as you suddenly hear that?
¿Qué pasó? I look up.
Look out the window.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Speak honest. What does that mean?
I don't know. There's something very loud going over here. Sure, can you take a look at the window? Oh, you watch the door. I'm gonna look out the window. I've not heard anything quite like this, but it kind of sounds like a very large-sized war machine of some kind.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
found the.
too big.
That's the
Very-
noise. That's the noise it makes, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude, that takes me back to the pod racer game.
Oh my, that game was a classic.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
They all make such.
pod racing is the best part of the prequels.
Yeah, it is. I watched that part of the. I watched that scene or like that entire thing, and I was just like, "That's dope." Like, fucking.
Still the best racing game I've ever played, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise. Well, I won't fight them, but I will respectfully disagree with their opinion.
Otherwise.
Yeah, so that's what you hear, and you look out the window, Hamon, and you can see. Yeah, Glimmer, do you react at all to this thing?
Just gotta stand up like Shigley. What the fuck is that? And look out a window.
Sonya, you have any reaction, or are you too absorbed with food?
I think you definitely kind of like. We'll get back to you later. I'm hungry. Like very confused, but very not right now.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah, there's probably like you just get the distracted Gaston gif or whatever it is of him just like shoveling food in mouth, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And would Eclipsis be at all? Like, Eclipsis is now probably, playing with this backpack. I could imagine she would be just like hooking it at the wall. Just like, ha!
So what I really like to be doing, like when I reach in, because it basically says like it sticks,
Yeah.
stuff sticks to it. So like I'd kind of be like reaching in and like pulling my hand out and seeing like, how quickly I could pull it out and like how much like my own hand sticks in, or if it's like repellent to that, and like throwing some random shit in there because I have so much random shit.
Yeah.
And being like, "Woo," you? Like,
Yeah. So there is just that goofy image of Eclipsis sitting cross-legged with the backpack in her lap, just like staring into the thing, just dropping random stuff in there, pulling it out. You watch as there's like, yeah, sticky webbing just.
and like the webbing just extending, seeing how far
Yeah,
the
point.
web will go before it like points off.
Okay, so Homon, you and Glimmer look out over the sticks towards this thing, and you can see the flying fortress, this massive flying fortress docks. As you said, as I said, the arms come up and clamp onto it, and then there is just this terrible noise. It's more apparent up on the bar or up on the deck, Felion, you watch as this noise starts to occur. You can watch as visibly some of the redeemed, some of the crew, start to react to it, but not like, holding their hands over their ears, but just kind of very obvious looks of like discomfort, or they just like turn away from it. Adelphi stares resolutely at it, and you hear footsteps as Thesra appears at her side and watches as well. You see very apparently the stream of souls being siphoned out in this kind of slow twirling, almost tornado cyclone of just screaming and wailing that makes its way to a slowly opening kind of one of the like what's the name of it? Not an oculus, but it's what's on a camera. It's the Aperture. Yes, that like an aperture opening. Like
Slides open.
yeah,
Yeah.
does that kind of like multi gate open at the base of this flying fortress as this stream of wailing, screaming, and protesting souls starts to get dragged into the engine room, or basically the tanks of this flying fortress. And Delphi
From
just
the river itself, then.
yeah, Delphi looks out over this, and she says, one of them has landed. We were waiting for this. We've been tracking them, keeping eyes and tabs on them. It would be a fool's mission to try to attack a flying fortress outright. Their firepower is absurd, and they do tend to just ignore us. We're as big as the equilibrium seems. We are just a small fish in the ocean of Avernus for these flying fortresses. They mainly concentrate their firepower on the front lines, blasting away at some of the larger demons that emerge from the Styx, ferried over by their infernal Yugoloth ferrymen, the Baylors, and the larger fiends such that. But good for us to watch them. It's good for you to see what the actual toll of the war is. She kind of looks back at you.
I'm just staring, and I kind of just nod, like half nod.
Hamon, anything that you'd be? Are you just watching?
Yeah, I'm very much staring at. I'm just trying to take this all in because I've seen this from a distance. I have some idea of what these are because we've been told before.
Mhm.
I think Mad Maggie explained, or someone had explained what they do, which is like siphoning the souls from the river. But I'm watching the process now, and I want to try to take it all in to see if I can see any, just for future reference, weak points perhaps, what kind of souls are being pulled in, how many, how fast, how long it stays there, all these sort of details, I'm
Yeah,
making like a DOE here. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Just looking at it, it's an uncountable amount of souls.
Okay.
Like, we're talking about, like, if you can imagine, like, the Styx, you could, like, look out over the Styx, and as you, like, floating down the river, it's fucking Hercules style, right? Like, the souls
like
of
a
the Styx.
continuous mixture of souls. Like,
Yeah, just tons and tons of souls just
out.
floating down there, uncountable, the depth, you can't see the bottom, and it's just layers upon layers of them. And this stream of souls is like a 6-foot radius, 12-foot diameter cylinder of the Styx water. And it actually isn't the water. Actually, that's something that you notice. It is not the red Styx water. It's just like pure souls.
So if it's like the bloodstream, it's the red water, you're getting the white blood cells sucked out of it, kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting that plasma.
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious plasma powering these flying fortresses. But yeah, it stays there not for. I mean, it's still fueling up as you guys all kind of take this all in.
Mm-hmm.
Delphi turns to you, Ophelia, and she says, "Well, I'm sure that you all have further business, and if there's nothing else that you need from me or my crew here at the Equilibrium, I believe that you and your companions should be on your way. You have a... well, it seems that you have a goal to accomplish.
That we do. Any more contracts come in since we were last here?
Shakes her head. No, just the 4 that I've given you. Mordenkainen sends them over every once in a while, but there's no fresh ones as of yet. Concentrate on those final 2, and maybe some more will come in.
Yep, will do. Alright. It's been a pleasure. But yeah, as you said, we need to be on our way.
That's how you talk to your mom.
But that's how she's been
It's
talking.
been a pleasure.
But that's how she's been talking to him too.
Yeah,
know.
it's a really awkward.
It's just so.
And then it makes perfect
Hearing
sense
that is
as
like,
well,
well,
considering that you've just
Been a
like
pleasure.
the awkwardness of being reconnected to your mother after so long and still trying to like
It's
ease
such
into
a,
that.
it'd be
No, it
such a weird.
absolutely makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm just like
perfect.
thinking about it like.
And
that's your mom.
essentially, we were introduced to each other as business associates as
Yeah.
well.
True.
So you have this really weird like adult sort of interaction which you would never expect to have with a parent. But
Mhm.
like you start at that level, so it's like back solving all the missed time you had or something.
And that was kind of like part of the conversation, is you could kind of see, like, Athena, you could kind of catch that, like, this is her second time that she's really had a conversation with you, and the first time that she's actually had a conversation with you, more or less, you know, alone, right?
Mhm.
So there was just, like, the fact that she said, I'm concerned about your interactions and what you're going to do with Gargoth, is, like, the first kind of motherly feeling that you have gotten from her.
Yeah,
Even
but it was
vaguely
also
motherly, I would say.
like it was like kind of 50-50 then, because it was also like, also though you're an adult and
Yeah,
you make your own decisions, but it's just kind of awkward nonetheless.
exactly. All right, so the group in the cabin, Aphelion, what are you gonna do? Grab the group, stay up on the deck.
Yeah, just be like, all right, if you all are ready to go, we can go. Get on with business.
Dude, your mom's kind of hot.
Shush.
Did you see that giant fucking thing that flew overhead and tried to steal souls from the river?
I mean, it didn't try; it succeeded, but yeah, saw it.
That was
The word
gnarly,
choice-
huh?
the word choice was poor. Yes, I suggest we try to avoid such thing for now, but it gives me an idea for a future. After watching.
Right.
But we have other things to do. We have to go find this friend Bell of ours. Plus, I have, hopefully we can find this devil of my own connection on right there, because I believe he should be along this river. Very close to here. So as we head on, I would like to take a look at the towers as we go by, if that is okay with everyone.
Yeah.
If we see any, no need to go way out of our way. We have things to do.
Yep.
But please, let's find some towers.
Okay, so the party emerges from the cabin, taking with you any final scraps of dried meats, of cured meats and bread, and you know, probably finishing any ale that was left over as well. As you're leaving the cabin, you walk past, and you all watch as, you know, you're leaving out onto the main deck, and there's somebody leaning up against the kind of like against the bulwark there, and it's Thesra, the other angelic figure on the ship. It lets most of you pass, but Sonya, as you step through the door, she steps forward and just bumps, like, chest to chest with you.
Ah, good chest bump. See, you're good at that, especially considering that I'm very horny right now because of my armor.
She looks to you. There's a very brief moment of like a what the fuck type of like look to you, and then she shakes her head and shakes it off and looks at you and with a stern look on her face and squares her jaw, grits her teeth, and she says, "I see the way that you look at the Delphi. I would stop that if I knew it was good for you."
I do not. But if you're trying to hit on me instead, I accept your compliment.
Her eyes narrow. "I think you are blind. Blinder than a bat in hell." He once
Isn't
again
the point
brings
for
her.
a bat to
I
be out
think
of
the
hell,
phrase
though?
is out of hell.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a bat in hell. She brings her face like inches away from you, and she whispers and she says, "I Delphi is my partner. Who stay the fuck away from.
Nice.
Oh wait.
I will go for a bro 5.
Give me a persuasion check of like just like a like you're just diffusing the situation with your sheer like imbecility. I don't even know. Is that a word?
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
just
no.
No, you know what? You're exactly the fucking dudes from the video I posted yesterday. The Chad at the beach,
yeah.
where the person's like,
Oh,
"Fuck
dude, I
you,
love
you
that
fucking
video
thing."
so
And,
much.
yeah, and he's just like, "Oh,
Maybe sad, happy, angry at
Yeah,
all.
like,
They
oh,
did such a good job with that.
saw, dude. Okay, that's cool." Like you're just like,
Walk 20 miles? Is it because he's like mood obscures vision? Yeah. It's a Bill and Ted experience.
yeah, no, it's just like I gotta walk 20 miles. Like, whoa, that's like super far. Nice.
Yeah. They're so disarming in every way, and I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. She there's a moment of resistance as she just kind of grits her teeth at you, looking at your arm. And instead of giving you the high five, she does the Bash Bros forearm, like slam against you. He says,
Your boat, your rules, my dudette.
as long as
I don't
you
know why I asked that
understand,
song.
as long as you understand what, just understand. Don't. You're not going to be getting anywhere with her.
Oh, it's not like because of like you and her sort of stuff. It's more like because I'm me sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, yes, I understand from my brief interactions with you and seeing the way that you carry yourself. Maybe one of the other redeemed would have more interest, though.
Maybe. We'll circle back on that next time we're here, because I know we'll be back. We got a couple contracts to go.
Lets out a sigh, and she sidesteps to the side and motions for you to pass.
All right, we'll see you around then.
I'll be watching you.
I lip the words "I'm sorry" to her, as before turning to follow Sonya.
Yeah, and I think that the conversation wasn't like a, giant loud conversation. It was, it was two people talking like face to face, but you obviously know that, Sonya.
Yeah, I can tell
Sonya,
how standoffish it was.
Yeah. And yeah, her features are still pretty mean mugging as she turns around and watches Sonya leave. And not like watching him leave, if you know what I mean, but like watching him leave with like a look of
Disdain.
Disdain, yeah. It's like disdain mixed with a general just kind of like general anger. So the group of you guys get back. Oh, sorry, what was that, Glimmer?
I was gonna say, I think I can read the lips because of my feet. Could I have picked up that whole thing? Like all of it?
What feat?
Observant.
Yeah, I remember having that, and Jerry had that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you could totally.
Hell yeah.
No, so you could tell. I'll definitely allow that. Like if you're like off to the side and watching this conversation happen, Thesra chest to chest with Sonya, just kind of talking to him, and yeah. So you totally know that Adelphi and Thesra are a thing.
Nice.
Nice across the board.
I think like Sonya 2 would definitely be kind of like, it's like, yeah, I respect that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna. He's just kind of like, well, yeah, of course, like everyone has to, do the second best thing for them. There's only so much Sonya to go around. I get it in the context of myself.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So
Rationalization is fantastic.
Is Sonya one of those, oh, I can make you straight kind of guys?
I would maybe imagine
I
that.
think it'd be like, it doesn't matter what your orientation is. Everyone's a little Sonya sexual.
You transcend sexuality.
Yeah.
Oh, what is your
Understandable.
what is your preference?
You're omnisexual.
Yeah.
I am the.
The omnisex.
Yeah. What is your sexual orientation? Sonya. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I understand now.
Ah, yes. Yeah, no, actually it is. It's omnisexual because I'm sure Sonya would fuck himself if he had the chance.
Like when Aphelion disguised himself as Sonya, my first instinct was to make out with myself. So yes.
I learned how to cast clone.
Oh god. Simulacrum? Oh my Jesus Christ. Too many.
You guys are far higher levels.
Too many.
It's really
Sonyas.
surprising that Sonya didn't go down the way of being a lich.
You know, we're not done yet with the campaign.
Yeah,
A
the,
lot
the
of hell
character
left.
is still young.
Yeah, this dog is ripping ass behind us. All right, is there anything else that you guys want to do on the equilibrium on the ship before you guys head off towards your destination?
I'm gonna try to maybe this is a little retroactive, but pocket some of the good food. Put in our
Oh,
packs.
you don't even. Yeah, no, you're more than welcome to grab like a.
Like, I don't really want to
a cured sausage, and a half a loaf of bread.
Yeah, I don't want to like try to track it because we're not really keeping track of it, but just flavor-wise.
Oh
make
no,
sure
it's
we have-
definitely so that you can have at least at some point something that's a little bit more.
And I'll find something that Churro will like. Probably any.
Yeah.
And he is a pig after all.
All right.
Wait, what did you say?
But
What did you say the churro would like?
anything, basically. Because he's a pig
Oh.
and he eats anything.
Slop. Got it.
Including himself.
Yeah.
I was gonna say bacon.
Well, yeah, I was thinking there's probably some exceptions I would not try to.
A little bit of skin falls off and gets burned by the hell ground. Ooh.
Oh no. It hasn't even happened, or it hasn't happened already. God damn it. We gotta fix Churro.
Poor guy.
Like Big
There is
Smith
no
or like
fixing churro.
Oh, actually, there was one question, and this is probably too late now. But the brief interlude into the Feywild, I'm looking back at it. I should have said this. I would have tried to see if Churro looked any different there, if I didn't make a point of that.
There was a slight look of difference when he entered the Feywild. If anything, just kind of a little bit of like an aura around him that was.
Okay.
Yeah, like you could. I would almost say it would be like you would start to see some of the effects like being undone, but you were not there for long enough that.
Just kind of confirming at least a theory that's already been told to me by a few people, but I'm not quite sure I wanted to believe it, was that it's spending the time in Avernus is corrupting my own soul to that point.
Yeah, a part of you is put into Churro every time that you resummon him. The environment has effects. All right, so you guys leave the equilibrium, make it back towards your war machine, and head off and following that plume of smoke, which is Bell's Forge. There is a Styx crossing ahead, and we'll take a break as you guys approach the crossing and make your way to Bell's Forge. So everybody, get your drinks, have some fun. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
So I'm also, Scuzz, I'm gonna send you a quick Discord message. Just a thought I had, just in case it makes sense.
I will look at it. All right.
All right.
Be right back, guys.
Yo, what do you got going in the back, Chuck?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Those who are still here, we will be moving on with more of this campaign and more fun stuff. Don't go anywhere. We shall back in about 10 minutes.
What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
we go. All right. Alrighty, we're getting back to things now. Second half here, as we will continue onwards. Dude, talking about more pure chaotic cat energy from a friend of work friend of mine. She just posted. She also has a pretty basically a chaos monster cat, and she just said, "The fucking cat just jumped onto my cheese and crackers plate. God damn it."
Just get it all up in there.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking eat it onto the plate of cheese and crackers. This is the cat that I think is like, as far as I can tell, I don't think that Duko and Chibi are like spaz destructive.
They're not. Tuco is just a little bit because he's a big kitty. He just can get a little bit accidental destruction.
Yeah.
He forgets his own girth.
Yeah, and then they both chew on things, but that's just pretty standard. Like they don't go. He's now kind of being a little more chewing destructive.
This
Chibi typically sticks to just cardboard. My music just got real loud all of a sudden. Hold on.
yeah. This cat, her name is Beans. Like, yeah, Beans the cat, and is basically just like chaotic. Is just chaotic like around their apartment. She has literally like run into the living room, vaulted off the couch, and just like obliterated a shelf. Just like knocked the entire shelf like off the wall, just from like pure like spaz energy.
Oh, speaking of him chewing on things, he's found something. One second.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get? What's in your mouth?
Put it. Drop it.
Drop it.
Put him down. You know, I'm really sold on this whole not being sold on this whole cat thing.
Sold on not being sold. Yes.
Sold on not having cat thing. As much as I want a cat.
Hey, you know what? Even though
Allergies aside.
they're little demons, but they're the best. I love having my little demons around. I'm holding him right now, and he's watching the Avernus map, and he is slapping at that funny demon to the right side, or whatever that weird smoke monster is along the river.
That
That one. Yep, he's slapping at it. He likes it.
doesn't. Oh, he either likes it or doesn't like it.
I don't know, but he's slapping at it.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's trying to get back into my gummy stash underneath my desk. Okay.
I mean, maybe you should just let him try it. It'll
Smart
save
cat.
his stomach.
I'm pretty sure that's not good for a cat.
No.
I don't need catnip.
Oh, he did
not.
get it. We got one of those toys early on where it's like catnip inside of a
Yeah, we got a couple of those.
Yeah, and then one day he broke it open, sprayed catnip all over the floor, rolled around in it, and just passed out on the couch upside down, roaching like a greyhound.
Okay, what exactly is catnip?
That's great.
It's legit. Well, it is a
It's
plant.
catweed.
It's a plant in my backyard.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah, it's
Christ.
basically catweed, and go crazy for it, and then it saturates it. It's actually okay. Mechanically, it's a very interesting interaction because it's completely driven by the olfactory glands.
Yep.
So once they've saturated,
It's a
then they
herb.
don't.
I didn't know that it was an
Yeah.
herb in the mint family.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't
Yep.
know that, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
know that until a couple weeks ago. Or like stomping through the yards, like, oh, it smells like mint. Not mint.
I was
Oh shit, it's
today
catnip.
8 years old.
when you learned it was a.
So what you're telling me is a caricature of a cat, like that's like dad cat would just like unwind in the evening with a nip julep.
Nip.
No, with some dank nip, dude.
Yeah, that'd be more like rolling up some nip.
Well, it's because it's when it's dry. Like, I'd actually... No, they probably would go for it and eat the plant itself raw, actually. There are pictures of cats
Probably?
eating the plant raw, I'm seeing right.
Hell yeah.
But it's from they kind of like they almost like OD on it. It's not like OD, but they get to the point where they just don't. They no longer are sensitive to it for a while, and then they're like, "All right, I've had my catnip. I'm done now." It's a really interesting.
Or they will like legit get zonked on it, and they'll just be
Yeah.
like,
That's what happened to Tuco. He just passed out on the couch upside down on his back. It was so cute.
wow, too true, like too IRL.
Yeah,
What the hell is this song? How is this literally Spaniard in Hell? Like
that's
song.
something I found exactly. Hamon's music is fantastic, and I guess Porkins, you've heard of these guys before, Flametal?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I just found tonight, and like this is exactly
Flamenco metal, nice.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
All right, well, we are all back now. As you guys drive your butts on your war machines, once again, wind whipping past you, jumping and jolting, dust spewing out behind your wheels. You make your way along the river Styx looking for a crossing. And as you get closer and closer to this large apparati that's jutting out of the water, in the distance you look and you realize that there are multiple what look to be that Hellfire or that Hellfire Iron bridges spanning the Styx here, winding and weaving back and forth, their plates riveted together, no guardrails because of course there's no safety regulations and no OSHA in hell, but that's kind of ironic because I'm thinking there probably would be OSHA in hell. But yeah, you're about probably like 500 feet, 700 feet away as you're kind of around on a higher piece of land, overlooking this kind of network of bridges and gangplanks and different little galleyway things across this area. The large looming shape of that flying fortress standing there as well. And then Hamon, probably more interesting to you, as you ride in the Golden Vice, you look out and you can see dotted around kind of the different stations of this area, different watchtowers.
How far away are these watchtowers from us now?
They're kind of
Do we
closer and
hear-
they're closer and stationed more so around what looks to be the kind of entry points to these gangways, these
Okay, so
bridges
they're kind of like
and planks.
defensive structures around these crossing points.
Yeah.
As we approach, do we hear Jimi Hendrix anywhere?
Along the watchtowers.
Yeah, it plays loudly in the background.
Down.
No, so yeah, you guys keep driving. I mean, this looks like a good place to cross, albeit as you look out in that direction, Flying Fortress is still docked there, and you do see dots of movement along these bridges, these Polish or Hellfire Iron bridges spanning this.
Are these bridges large enough for us to cross with our vehicles?
Oh, absolutely. They're like double
they're
wide. They're
Okay.
not small. They're meant for, like, war machines are not just scrapper kind of Mad Maggie, Mad Max stuff. There are war machines that are employed by the actual, armies of Avernus.
Right.
I have a feeling they're like
Yeah.
all
Standard
black,
machine looks like.
They're
black
the
dark tint SUVs.
Yeah, right. I'd actually assume that they are, as weird as it is, like none of the actual like war machines besides the one maybe Mad Maggie drives looks like it. They're probably more like the WizKids or the war machine model that WizKids came out with.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Or, showing you guys. Basically this guy. Very, very much
Yeah.
transportation where that front bit, that like front nose opens up like a maw to unload.
Yeah. So it carries like troop carriers kind of.
Yeah.
I do like how it looks like it like pieces of like a giant helmet.
Yeah, it does.
Stuck on it.
Got that
It's a
visor.
helmet and a shoe at the same time.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, those.
I really
those
love that model.
Those Air Force Ones, dude. Those things. It's pretty big. It's big. It's about 18 inches long.
Yo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Damn,
Dude.
son. Packing.
Maybe not 18. Maybe a foot. But it's still like here's I mean here's like it's big enough. It's to scale with like minis, right?
Oh, so you could fit like minis if they were effectively the same size, you could fit them inside.
That's the scale
there
to
you
go.
a D&D
Okay,
mini.
yeah.
Fit minis inside, you say?
No lie, Porkins. It's basically I think it's either 60 or 70. You can find them in most like store, like you can buy it on Amazon. Like that shit would be dope for a like it would work with like Warhammer
look at
transport.
Yeah, look at
Probably
the
would.
the front too. Like the armor plates are like dented, and you can see like there's a lot of detail in that.
There's a lot.
I'll have to check it out at the like the local game shop, is like Game Castle, right? And they just opened up a shop in Redwood City because they closed the Mountain View one.
Yeah.
They moved up town, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, those you'll find it there pretty sure.
There's a game shop around here that I only know exists because it was one of the Pokemon Go beta locations.
where you could go and get.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you guys watch and you can see that these Hellfire Iron bridges span the area, and as you guys sit there actually like observing, this seems to be the only crossing point, probably for a few miles around you. There are people patrolling, but it doesn't look like they're that heavy. It's that like heavily guarded. Aside from maybe one or two devils, or you can see some of the spine devils, the little small boys, like flying around in the air patrolling. You can recognize like at the gatehouses or at these little watchtower gatehouses along the bridges. You can see there are some bearded devils and things like that, kind of walking back and forth.
Bearded. Okay.
So yeah, I would assume I'm assuming you guys have had stopped or pulled up and halted at this moment,
Yeah,
pulled up
take it
next to
all.
each other, kind of just pulled up at the top of the hill. What would you guys like to do?
Hamon is definitely going to try to look at the riverbanks and the towers to see if this matches up the vision that Red Ruth had given, because I think there was for Visago, right? There was a vision of where he was, and I was able to look out the side. So I'm trying to see if maybe this matches up with what I saw.
You unfortunately on your scry that you did, your perception was not good enough. You were only able to see like the interior of it. I think I did mention that you did see some like large metal objects in the distance that were very like plain and apparent. I think give me just like a another investigation check.
Okay, that's right. I did roll.
Use
really low on
your
that
your
one.
big brain to calculate the geometry of where you were seeing that viewpoint from. Very nice.
I'm non-Euclidean. Let's
Bro.
go.
That's still an 11 plus 9. Jesus Christ.
I know.
So you can tell that the viewpoint was from the other side of the sticks.
The from the other side that we were currently on.
Yes, the opposite side of the sticks is like.
But I
looking
can't
at
tell whether
things.
it's this location on the sticks somewhere along here.
I mean, it could be. I mean,
I
as far as
just
you
don't
know,
know
there
if
might be other docks for these flying fortresses along the sticks. There's this one, but obviously this can't be the only one if there's so many of these flying fortresses around.
I know it's also not our main mission here, but I'm just trying to keep up with.
Yeah. What is anybody else doing?
I'm just trying to get a good idea. You said it's not very heavily manned. Like, what's the?
If this were a scene from James Bond, it's like the bad guy's base with just like they don't. There's not like this isn't fucking Star Destroyer, fucking Death Star, where they're loading like fucking legions of troops onto this thing. This is like
toll bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do we even get the sense that we might be able to speak with them before they attack us? Like, do they look like they're? Man, that's a weird question because it's hell. But do they feel like they're going to attack whoever comes close, or are they just there kind of like board guards?
Are they checking papers?
Yeah, give me perception checks as you guys, as you look over the top.
All right.
Those who are interested in looking.
All right, I'm not so good at this one.
Yeah, so Glimmer, Aphelion, Sonya. I don't know if Flip wants to roll. Does Flip want to roll? No, she gives me a shrug. She's doing some other stuff right now.
High polish on a motorcycle.
Yeah. They're
I'm playing with my bag.
Oh yeah, that's right. The new toy.
still throwing the bag at different things. So
Once again.
I don't know if polishing my motorcycle is, but
Yeah.
playing with my bag is definitely a euphemism.
Oh, they all were.
All of the above.
okay, right.
Wait, it's all euphemisms?
Always
Has
been.
been. Bang.
Topical.
Oh god. That meme came out that meme rocketed out of fucking right field.
Nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, wildfire.
Christ. It's another good template meme. Like that's the nice thing about that. A meme that has potential for multiple as a template for multiple iterations always is a good meme, which is why the
It's also visually simplistic, so you don't have to do.
Why am I blanking on the other one that I thought was was one of my favorite? Yeah. Wait, it's all that's the original.
That's the original. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I saw a video which was like, wait, it's all anime, and then it's like always has been, and then it just switches to like an anime girl. She's like banga.
Oh god, the cake thing too is another one.
The cake trend is another thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this one before, but I love it.
Wait, it's all always has been. So, you the three of you look out, and you can actually you watch as another patrol arrives, and there's just kind of a brief conversation, but it looks casual. There's kind of a checking of papers and credentials and things like that, and they look to each other, they look to the people, and they just kind of usher them in, and doesn't look like they are too. It's pretty casual. They're definitely pretty casual at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I suppose we could try to talk our way through. This would be a first for these things. I don't know. Are we outside our vehicles? Or we're driving at this point. Cause I thought we stopped. We're still at a stop point, right?
You're stopped, but you're doing the thing where you've all pulled up on the side of the road, and you're just kind of leaning out your windows, yelling at each other.
I suppose we just try to cross the bridge, and just if they ask for the toll, we just try to pay them, or try to bribe our way across, or something like this. I don't know. I'm not in the mood to try to fight a bridge guard. Is all I'm trying to say.
I would think that you'd be interested in killing political devil or government devils wherever you are.
I have my sights elsewhere. You can only take so much devil all the time before you get kind of saturated. It's okay. These ones I can come back for later.
Hamona, I used to think that you were a man of commitment, and now I'm starting to see that you just are selective about it.
Well, and other causes that are much larger than the ones you originally started with become more important, and sometimes you adjust your priority.
These realities.
I still have no love for these devils. This is true. I was just assuming to kill them all.
Do you have sympathy for the devils?
No.
Oh shit! I was gonna say, you didn't say no.
I was thinking that for a minute. No, there's no sympathy for these devils.
There was hesitation there, Hamon.
No, I do not.
That's unlike you.
Because I've seen a larger picture. They're still evil.
It's a soft spot.
No, it's not soft. It's measured.
It's rock hard.
Yeah.
I look over to Sarah.
You gotta know, when it comes to devils, Hamon is always 100% rock hard.
Mm-hmm.
Trying
He's
to
not denying it.
I tried to parse this one.
I mean, if we're talking about the little devil inside.
Well, you all know my history now, so you see, I'm not. I cannot pretend to be the pious and clean one. I have dealt with these just the same as anyone else. I kind of give a side eye over to Aphelion, but when it comes to the larger picture and the bigger missions, those always come first. If I had my way, the abyss and the hills would be emptied anyways. But I cannot do that as just a man. So what I can do is try to make the best thing I can for the people I tried to defend back home. And what I do for that is what we're doing now. So the mission comes first.
All right. As you guys are conversing about this, debating back and forth, there is a sudden, like, loud, I would almost call it, like, you know, like a subwoofer sound. Like, you feel it in your chest more than than anything else. As you look in the distance, and we get, like, a camera zoom in, as on one of the shores of the Styx, suddenly there is a distortion of some sort, as what almost looks to be the world itself there it's tearing and stretching, and you actually watch as before your eyes a portal starts to open up.
Shit.
Is it a world of distorted desires?
No. So you watch as a portal slowly begins to open up, and from it you just can see masses and masses of writhing bodies of demons spewing out onto the shores, just like looking shaggy fur, matted blood, this blood clotted fur, as they're scrabbling up the bank of the Styx. Alarm sounds start to go off around the docks area, and you watch as those casual as the casual guards start to get to attention. You see now there's more movement. People are running from, you can see more troops running from these watchtowers. Then suddenly that Sebulba low guttural noise starts up as you see the engines of the flying fortress starting to flare up. The loud creaking and groaning noise of these giant arms as they start to pull off and unclasp the flying fortress as it starts to take flight again. You hear like shouts, distant shouts and infernal of get to your stations! We got incursion! And you start to see activity and kind of chaos engulfing this dock. What do you guys do?
Well, this looks like a potential opportunity to slip by, or we could enjoy ourselves for 5 minutes.
I vote for the latter.
Does it seem like the flying fortress is being powered up to engage or to go away?
Well, as you're like taking a moment to watch, you see as it goes and starts to lift off, and even before it leaves the dock, you hear this sound as bolts of energy fly from the flying fortress's sides, wherever these cannons are on either the top or the sides of this thing, launching bursts of this green sickly energy towards the horde of demons pouring forth from this portal. You recognize these shots. I think actually probably Flipsis would recognize those shots, as she was the one who shot the soul cannon that is now mounted on top of the soul train. Basically a barrage of soul cannon shots rockets out, rains down from this flying fortress onto the demons crawling out of the Styx. You can see there's explosions and like roars of anger as there's just like dozens of these things are just getting blown into the sky, landing heavily and still scrabbling and crawling, missing legs and limbs as they keep crawling and making their way up the banks towards the dock.
That's pretty metal.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I literally raised my question.
Oh, yeah?
This guy's just well, usually I do it when I'm alone and it makes less sense, but here it actually makes sense now. Okay, anyway. Soul trains, soul cannons, and all the vehicles fuel and soul cores, right?
Oh, Jesus, clouds.
Whoa.
There you go.
Right?
Big bop music.
Ooh.
Bop.
Yes,
That's
it does
cool.
mean that there is soul and soul fuel and stuff like that, yes.
Okay. How many are there?
What?
Vehicles.
What do you mean?
They're the soul
Soul cannons are
Cannon
attached.
is
The soul
attached
cannons
to
are attached to the flying fortress and are shooting down on
they're
the.
attached to the fortress.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fucking the Star Destroyer basically with their cannon barrages going down against.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to watch the fireworks.
Yeah, you watch as those bearded devils who are standing guard at that closest entrance to you, they like visibly duck as they hear the explosions, because it's like that. It's a pretty like loud sound of almost, you know, like a warship shooting off its cannons, raining down soul fire upon these enemies crawling up the banks. They now kind of each look at each other. They say something to each other. You can't tell, that you can see they're communicating, and one of them runs off towards the like frontline battle area.
It does seem like this would be a good time to try to cross the bridge, yeah?
Make sure we honk to ruin our advantage.
Yeah, we can also, if he's right, to make it look like we're part of the. We're
Guys,
going to go deal with the demons.
guys, Loki's being super cute.
Fine. Ignore Derpy. What do you guys need? What are you guys gonna do?
I would thought that we try to make a break for the bridge and cross it at this point.
Yeah. Although,
Am I on my bike?
You can get on the bike very easily.
yeah.
Getting on the bike.
Get on the bike and going.
I mean, y'all are sitting there like.
Okay.
waiting.
So I would say
So
probably
I'm
like
just
as
making a decision, and I'm
Man,
just gonna
I should have asked them
fuck it.
to put a child safety lock on the the
The
bike launcher.
probably, but you didn't.
so you guys watch as you guys are talking about like, should we go? No, we should be watching this. Suddenly there's just a as Toothpicks launches off the top of the Soul Train out of the bike launcher and lands in a pile of in a gout and cloud of dust as it rockets off towards that bridge entrance. She's off.
All right, we have to go. Let's go straight to our crazy friend on the bike.
Yeah. Rev the engine.
As I ran, I'd be like, "Let's go, bitches!"
Do I try to engage the devils? No, let's fight first.
Okay, so you are racing. So Flipsis is in the lead. The others are following very closely. Flipsis, as you get towards that entrance area, you see this bearded devil is like giving you like the sound like, and you hear it in Infernal over the roar of your engine. Stop! What is your business? Hey, stop! You need to produce your papers.
Do I have any sort of paper on? Like any scroll?
No.
Like would I have any sort of paper? Okay, I'm gonna hold out my Spidey bag, and I'm gonna be like, "Can't stop too fast," and I'm gonna hold out my Spidey and be like, "Brrr," and I'm gonna I mean, if it try to do shit.
You're just gonna juke? Okay.
I mean, I juke it, which isn't necessarily relevant in this case.
No, but you're basically blowing
but-
past him, right?
Yeah, oh, go.
Okay. So you blow past him. Give me the dexterity check. Get out Toothpicks. Give me a dexterity save. It would be a. Let me see. What does it say? The juke. Yeah.
Dude,
Just
this song fucking slaps.
It does slap.
It's
Yeah.
good.
If the devil, it can use a reaction. Yeah. So you juke to basically avoid him being like, hey, as he's trying to like get in your way and stop you. So yeah, go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
Sorry, just fucking this one came up in them.
Yeah, just the dex. Nice, 19. So you guys watch as Flip on her bike roars towards this devil, and he's trying to like, he's like doing the crab walk, like going back and forth and like.
I'm gonna play with it. I wanna basically do 2 circles around, apply some dust up around him. Like sorry. Like I actually, expressing myself like I actually feel bad, but like I don't give two shits, but like expressing myself in the way like, oh, can't stop, sorry, bye.
All right, so yeah, you take an extra second or two to circle around the guys. He's just so confused watching you just rip circles around him on your bike. And as he watches you head off down with it's like now a weird sound. It's like the metal and rubber tires of the Devil's Ride clanking against the metal of this bridge. Just like he like turns around and he starts chasing after you. And that's when the Uncrashable 2 arrives.
Holy shit. Sorry, dedication on that one.
All right. That is dedication. Porkins. Sonya, you watch as he's looking out after... He's looking off after Flipsis running away on her Devil's Ride. The Uncrashable comes up on the bridge entrance. What are you going to do?
So since he's like up on like one of the walkways, right?
He's at the bridge entrance. You're going to be driving past him or over him.
Oh, we're going over him.
Okay.
Like, hard. They'll just call lean out the window and give him like a beep beep, I'm a Jeep.
Alright, so he's going to be rolling this at disadvantage because he doesn't... with all the noise, there's alarms going off, there's the growls and howls of demons crawling up like the scaffolding now around the base of this thing. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. So you just are going the crushing treads, I assume?
Oh, he's gonna get the crush.
Okay, so at disadvantage here, he does a dexterity save. Rolls an 11, and yeah, so you'll run him over.
Yup, he's gonna take that 2d10.
Okay, and does he get knocked prone? I don't remember.
He's knocked prone. Yeah.
He gets tread marks.
Oh no, that's the wrong number.
He gets obliterated. That's still really strong though. Okay,
He's done.
yeah, so he gets knocked prone. He's on the fucking ground, and you're just like, oh, as you just say like, sorry, meow, and just floor past him. All right.
I would just like to imagine what a 210-sided die looks like.
Don't. That's just a ball.
Don't.
That's called a ball, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it is knocked prone. So he's on the ground, closely followed now by the Glimmer on the Golden Vice. So Sonya, you're vroom past him.
Hamon, you ready to rack up some fines?
Wait, I don't like
The game goes 4 stars.
Alright, what? What is it against the bridge? I'm ready.
Get on the chomper.
Alright, the thing. Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, we're gonna go right over him.
Okay, so you'll do the crushing wheels, Glimmer, and then I want you, Hamon, to roll the chomper at advantage.
Is that on the golden dude?
On the Golden Vice's attack sheet.
I can't click it though.
What?
Yeah.
Cheat was
Wait,
no
no,
I
wait,
can.
that's not sheet. That's not sheet. I click it. We're good. Okay, so I just click chomper.
Yeah.
Call yourself a coochie crusader.
Oh yeah,
Jeez,
well
nice.
I give him the chomp.
You definitely do, and that'll hit him. You have advantage, but you want to roll again, see if you crit him?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
I did not.
And then he rolls this at disadvantage as well, because he's already prone. The golden move through a space large when it does, must succeed in the creature's already prone, it takes an extra. Okay, so he's prone, so once again, a 17. So he tries to roll, he rolls out of the way, but he gets chomped. So give me the damage on that, on the chomp and chomp.
Let's click on attack, right? 26. Ooh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so he gets ground up. And he's really fucking hurt at this point in time. So you roll over him. He somehow avoids the treads of the Golden Vice, but the Soul Train is now fucking bearing down on him.
Literally gonna run train on this guard.
So Destroyer, Philion, at the helm of the Soul Train, what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna run him over. I'm gonna let him go, and I'm going to cast message to him as we go by, and just.
Oh, don't worry, he got it.
I'm gonna say sorry. They just do. They don't think. I mean, no offense.
So yeah, we just watch as this dude who's all chewed up, like he got run over. He got run over, chewed up, and spit out, and he's like on the ground, like, ugh, and he just watches his view. Is just he looks up, eyes blinking, and he just sees a fucking Soul Train engine, just the cow catcher barreling towards him, and you go, and drive around the side, and you give him the message, and he the only response that you hear to that message is just in Infernal as he just like collapses on the ground there. All right, so the party, you guys are racing across this bridge of infernal iron, and you're watching as these creatures start to climb up and are fighting against the devils, who seem to be almost getting overwhelmed here by the sheer amount of these demons rising from the sticks. Not all of them are large demons. These are kind of like, you see more of those like green teddy bears, the green farting teddy bears that you fought back in the church, the ones that were like these disgusting, the dretches.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you see hordes of them like moving up the sticks, getting just blasted by the barrage of soul cannons just raining down upon them. But you also see more of the ape-like Bulguras leaping from girder to girder, scaffolding to scaffolding, deftly climbing up the metal scaffolds to the bridges, and you start to see some of these devils get into one-on-one combat with them. You guys make it to nearly halfway across when from beneath the scaffolding below you, and I'll roll a d4 right now. From beneath the golden vice, as right before the golden vice passes over it, you see one of these Bulguras jump up, and he leaps and latches on to the side of the golden vice.
Oh, that's rude of him.
Just like, and you just see it's just Hamon as you're like inside riding there, kind of like looking. Suddenly, there's this giant gorilla head just like looking in the side of the vehicle. Like,
not very vaporwave of you. Start taking invasive maneuver.
Okay, so it's behind Sonya, so he's not going to be really able to see this. Except, unless Sonya, do you want to order like Lulu or one of your companions to man the turrets?
I think it'd be like, Lulu, we're gonna get you up there and pulling your own weight for once, completely ignoring the fact all the times you saved her asses.
Okay. Slobberchops also flaps his wings and accompanies her as well. So you can roll at advantage the harpoon cannon for the uncrashable too.
All right, where
It's on the sheet.
actions? Hell, oh, yeah, harpoon flinger.
Flanger. Oh yeah,
We flanged.
you flanged. Yeah, with both of them there, you're able to hit them. So, Hamon, you see as this giant demon ape, his head glaring inside the interior of the golden vice, his hand like reaching in. Suddenly, there's just like as he barely hangs off the side, getting thudded by a fucking like 4-foot long harpoon sticking out of his torso. He grabs it, wrenches it out, green ichor spewing from him as he still stares inside here. What would you do, Mr. Hamon?
Well, back away from the window or whatever I'm looking out of.
Yeah, rolls out the window.
Roll him up.
Right, I'm about to head out.
Probably react. Yeah, just throw an Eldritch Blast at him, trying to knock him off the side.
Okay.
So it'd be
Yeah.
two of them.
Yeah, go ahead. Boom. 21, 17. Both of them hit. Give me the damage.
Sorry, let's change it to shaman advantage. A 9 and a 12 total.
Okay. So I'm gonna have him. Well, before that, let me Felion, what would you be doing as this is now occurring in front of you as you're rolling through?
I mean, I'm trying to avoid everything.
Okay.
Just keep going. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Even an angry demon latched on the side of your companion's thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
they'll
he's-
get it off.
Yeah, he'll shake it off. All right, so he's gonna roll a strength check.
To be honest, I'm just worried about damaging my baby again.
Oh. So he holds on, and he tries to reach and grab at whatever he can inside here. He's just gonna do one fist attack as he's holding on. Actually, no, just one fist attack. He is not within range in order to do the bite, so he reaches out towards you, Hamon, his fist, a 14.
Oh, with mage armor on, I should be okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm at 16.
Okay, so he misses, slams down onto the floor of the golden vice, screams out in anger.
We put a bend on our floor. That's not very good. I'm gonna kill you now.
Okay, so now 3/4 of the way across the bridge, you're still racing towards that finish line. Flipsis, you see the other side, and once again, there is basically like a toll, a guard station there. This time you see just a small spine devil, just little flappy boys, the little flappy boys who look like cats, the same one that you saw with Omric, just kind of like sitting there idly on a wall, just kind of like tapping his feet, holding a spear. And then he hears in the distance, and he looks up, and there's Flipsis on her bike, head down, fucking hurtling towards him. You do.
Does it look like a tame pet?
What was that?
Does it look like I could tame him and he could be my pet?
No, he's a devil. But he looks
Does
like
it
he
look
was
like
the...
I could blow past him.
Yes, absolutely.
Then fuck it.
Okay. So you blow past him. He attempts to take a pot shot at you with disadvantage. He is not that little... Yeah, it's probably not gonna go well for him. So a fork attack at you at disadvantage is a 9. Terribly misses as he turns around, seeing the Uncrashable 2 barreling down upon him. Sonya, would you like to run him over or just try to drive straight through?
Ain't no brakes on this train.
All right. Okay, he's gonna do.
Actually, I have string.
Yeah.
Oh
Crushing
god, that's not
wheels.
the right thing.
No, it's
DC
fine.
13.
Yeah, so DC 13, dexterity. He fails it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna smite him.
Doesn't. Yeah. So he fucking gets blasted to the side. He is on his ass. Glimmer in the Golden Vice. You're up next. You see Flipsis rocket through. You see the Uncrashable 2 rocket through and knock this Spine Devil to his ass. And then you follow up. You see the Spine Devil on the ground, his wings flapping in trying to get his ass back into flight. What do you do?
Is the Bulgura still on the side of the vehicle?
The Bulgura is absolutely still on the side of this thing.
And you said there's like a
Thank
guard
you for the
post?
raid. A what?
You said there's like a little guard post?
Yeah, it's
building?
basically like this little Spine Devil was like manning the guard post. It definitely looks like the rest of the more powerful, higher up devils have been deployed off to fight off the demon incursion that is happening right now. And this dude was basically just the lowest tier available and has been left at the post.
Can I try to sideswipe the Bulgura with the building and like drive real close to it?
Oh, yeah, like Indiana. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was
Boys.
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are able to do that. You avoid the Spine Devil on the ground, but use the kind of guard post here. And actually, interestingly, it is more like it's a guard post, but it's one of the like Styx watchtowers. And Hamon, as you see it approaching, your eyes light up. This is the tower that Visago is stationed at.
Oh shit.
So, give me a as you deftly maneuver. Why don't you give me a dexterity check, Mr. Glimmer?
7.
Okay, so you're trying to be as accurate as possible, but you're definitely going to be taking some damage as you crash the side of the Golden Vice into the wall here, grinding in against the watchtower's metal exterior. You definitely are getting blasted for it. The Bulgura gate takes 14 points of damage, and the Golden Vice takes half of that. So the Golden Vice will take 7 points of damage. However, it's just superficial, as this is non-magical damage, and the Golden Vice is
Golden Vice is
yeah. So it's the gilded armor shrugs it off, but the Bulgura will do another strength save here to see if he's going to get thrown off. This is going to be a disadvantage because he is getting ground on the side. You watch Hamon as just debris, like shards of metal, terrible screeching sounds, and the howls of this Bulgura as he's like, as he's peeled off the side of it. You just watch as his fingers, one by one, holding onto the door of the golden vice, doink, 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 as he just flies off. And then all we see now is just as he's just rolling, just bits and pieces of his fur and skin torn off from being ground against the side of the thing, looking just like roadkill. And he looks up, and the soul train is bearing down upon him.
Fine. I'll hit a dude.
With a sigh, with an exasperated sigh, Aphelion steers into the Bulgura.
Yep. All right.
I don't want to hurt the soul train drives into a giant monkey instead of the tiny little imp.
Okay, so you can use your ram.
Yep. Soul train. I just gotta pull it up. Ram. I also have the charge though.
Yeah, you can use both.
Yeah. So charge.
Don't you just start with the ram attack, and if it hits, you get the charge effect?
Oh, it says the stuff there.
Yeah, it's a add-on if you hit him with the ram attack.
Oh, that's a 10 on the ram.
Ah, see. Oh, no, roll with advantage. He's definitely prone after being knocked off.
Got it.
That'll hit him.
So 17, then he needs to make a strength save.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually.
No, he takes
target
more
is a
because you
creature.
moved further.
Yeah, it's ram attack plus the...
Yeah, so he takes another 4d10.
Bruh.
Okay.
Jesus
Where are
Christ.
Hell's Crossing guards? Jesus.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's another... It's just a fucking giant bang as he takes fucking 40... What is that? 43 points of bludgeoning damage. Knocking him back nearly... I mean, at this point, he's basically dead. We just get that moment of... As bits and pieces, his arm is thrown off, just fucking popped off of his body, legs and stuff. You just get a spurt of green ichor that goes over the windscreen of the soul train, cascading over the back. Turn on the windshield wipers.
I would like to use Mage Hand to direct the Ichor into the engine.
There's a gout. Yeah, no, there's a gout of green flame as Glimmer. You look in your rearview mirror, if this thing has one, and you watch as the soul train pops a slight wheelie, and the bits and pieces of the Bulgura slowly, like falling off, getting like wiped off of the soul train due to the speed now, as it basically self-cleans itself with its boost of NOS.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you guys rocket past that thing. Hamon, give me a perception check.
Yep. Starts with P.
Okay.
Very good.
You look around, trying to figure out where Visago is as you hold onto the doorframe of the golden vice, looking up towards that tower. This is that tower. This is the one that you saw with your scrying orb where Visago was stationed. But in your heart, in just like your thoughts right now, you don't think he's here, and your head goes on a swivel, and you see, can't tell really who is who, but you see basically in the circling around the flying fortress, which is now lifted off, like, you know, and into the air, official, like fully deployed. Its soul cannon is just going, you know, just dust, blood, ichor, all that stuff rising up in giant masses from the banks of the Styx. You see about 4 of those flying steeds, the nightmares, with their black armored Narzugan captains astride them, circling the flying fortress and then like dive bombing one at a time, like support craft for the defense. More so like fending off any of the Bulguras who you watch as these Bulguras are like climbing the scaffolding, as I said, and they just do that fucking King Kong leap, like, you know, 2 fists in the air, like trying to like jump against the flying fortress. And then you watch as like Narzugan just fucking flies out of left field and just cuts through them with their flaming sword.
Yeah, Hamon's gonna be essentially at this point seeing this, just gritting his teeth with frustration, but then taking a point to realize this is not the time. But I'm gonna do my absolute best to memorize where this point is, and keep a very good track of where we're going from here.
Yeah.
So I know what to turn to.
Oh yeah, and so here's something that I'd love to do more. So having things like passive investigation checks and passive something checks, because I feel like that's something that that would make sense. Like you have passive perception, basically being like, oh, here's what I can see in like at a glance. But it would totally make sense for somebody I would say not every character would have this, but somebody like Hamon having a passive investigation of just being like, what is your primary stats, right? Like, oh, okay, you're like an intelligence and.
I honestly think there should be a passive insight for everybody.
Yeah.
They actually mentioned it on the feat I posted earlier at the bottom. It's like a bonus to passive investigation checks, which I didn't.
And passive intelligence.
It's something that's kind of buried in the DMG. In all honesty, there are passive checks. Yeah. And so
in characters, who based on their backgrounds.
But it would make sense, right? So like Hamon, you have your passive, just like without even having to roll, your passive like investigation would be 10 plus 9 plus your plus
21.
Yeah, so that's just your passive.
Oh, 22. Shit.
But meanwhile, like Sonya, your passive persuasion, right, would be much higher as well. Like your passive persuasion check of just like Sonya talking to somebody, charming them, would be 10 plus your charisma plus your proficiency. So,
yeah, it just makes sense in the context of like, well, yeah, of course, some people are just less awkward than others, and other people are just like, they just are soft-footed than others, so they're gonna be like more stealthy or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, you guys rocket through that checkpoint, leaving a wave of slight carnage behind you. Probably less so than if you had tried to blast your way through without an alarm going. But that's cool. So, you guys find yourself on the other side of the Styx. You've made it past the Stygian dock here. And I'll actually put that here as something to have on... so you guys can actually see that. That is the Stygian dock. So...
Where?
Right there.
I am blind. Oh, you put it right there where I'm blind to see. Okay.
Yes.
I got it. It's cool. I'm very smart. I promise. Mini wrinkle.
All right, so you guys fly out over the Avernus Waste once again, heading off towards Bell's Forge in the distance here. It doesn't take you but for like another hour or so of travel, leaving the Stygian docks behind. The sounds of the soul cannons pounding in your ears still. The smell of the Bulgura guts all up in Aphelian's nose, kind of like cooking on, like there's like still like a piece of like Bulgura fur or like arm or something like on the hood of the soul train, and it's just been like slowly cooking there. I don't know, you probably could take your mage hand and like fling it off if you wanted it to.
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah, just.
I just saw that Family Guy scene where it's Peter trying to like push the dead. What was it again? It was a dead something. You like push it with a stick. Sorry, I can't remember what it was.
Probably like a deer or something. But
no, it was like a rat or something. It's like kind of like push it. Oh no, it was a frog. He's trying to push a dead frog. And it wouldn't move.
Oh, my next guess.
So as you guys
Anyway,
bud and bounce and bump over the rocky, blasted terrain, leaving the Stygian dock in the distance behind you. Hamon, your bag speaks up to you as you approach this giant volcano rising up from the cracked earth of Avernus. Its ash and flame spewing out and drifting out over the wastelands. You hear that crazy, crazy voice.
I pulled out and I listened.
An ousted archduke sulking in a volcano, eager to reclaim his stolen throne.
This map actually knows a lot of very detailed things. This is... I'll take a look at this later. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where's that place, Glimmer? This is where we're supposed to be.
So, Eclipsis, you're in the lead right now, riding on the toothpicks. So you see this gargantuan volcano dominating this horizon in front of you. Clouds of the fire and ash spewing from its caldera, air trembling with its angry grumblings. A vast, multi-layered fortress has been hewn into the volcano's rocky slopes. As you approach Eclipsis, you watch and see as basically around the base of this fortress there is a army, a small army of devils stationed there. You can see an entranceway carved into the base of this volcano, an ornate giant gate.
I mean, I guess I'm pausing.
Okay, so you hit the
and
brakes.
Not continuing at full speed.
Hit the brakes, and you wait until the other group catches up.
Yeah. So once we're kind of through all of that other shit, I'll kind of just like whip the bike around and just kind of look at it, kind of keep an eye out, like what else is nearby beyond that gate. Not beyond the gate, but like
Found it.
outside of the gate, like what else is here. And then just kind of wait for the others to convene, because frankly the only reason I took the lead is because no one would make a decision
Big zoom.
and y'all would sit there for an hour.
Yeah, like honestly,
deciding,
in game, that was probably like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Oh
That
wait,
makes-
no. To cross the sticks, it was about 30 seconds. To get to where you are, it was like another hour of driving.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean for us
No,
to make a
in
decision.
terms of deciding.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I-
yeah, yeah.
Which,
Just being
in-
like 30 seconds long, let's go, bitch.
but
Like-
which in game for a Flipsis, for someone, because okay, if you honestly think about 30 seconds, let's start now. You guys
No,
are
I
like,
don't
well,
wanna
should we
keep
go? I don't know. Like, what will we do? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
that was only 5 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you jumped
so
out of
that
there
going
real
on,
quick.
I'd just be like, fuck this.
That makes perfect sense.
If it doesn't happen within 15 seconds, I'm out.
All right, so you guys approach and catch up to Eclipsis as you guys are about, 200, 300 feet away from the base of this. You can start to see that there are a good amount of devils down here at the entrance of this forge. All of them are kind of idling around, doing some of them patrolling. There's campsites and buildings. You can see weapon racks and large. You actually see 1 or 2 war machines here as well, and large iron-bound crates. Some of these devils loading those crates into the backs of these large war machines, mostly looking like they're transportation-style war machines. You see the gate ahead of you.
Full barrel all the way through the gate. No, I'm kidding.
We have the technology.
Slow down as we approach. If other people choose to, they can. If not, well, I'm slowing down at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're looking to have a conversation with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys roll up all slow-like, and let me bring you over to the map. I just want to see if it'll actually load.
We're just rolling down the windows, sunglasses on, arms out the side,
What's up?
This is Bill's place.
bumping some beats. Yep. Also, I'm looking at my inventory. I have something called a drifter mask. I'm blanking on where I got that from.
The Drifter Mask is the creatures that you killed along with the Gilded Devil. They were the strange, like, smoke creatures with these golden masks.
So I took one to study later. That's right. Okay.
Already bring.
And I have so much backlog on studying to do. We need to like take a break at some point and not just go.
Nah.
That's some nerd shit right there.
That really is. That's the funny part.
Is there homework to do?
Yeah, I'm stacking up my background or a backlog of homework.
Yeah, it's like it's a backlog of games, backlog of.
I got like 4 things to study: a vial of Titan blood I want to play around with, a drifter mask, and a spell book.
The new wizard idea is you're spending the whole adventure working on your thesis or something.
All right, bear with me as this loads.
D&D PhD.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Whoa,
watch. I'll watch.
that's whoa.
Bruh.
That's a lot of fire because all I could see was fire when I.
Oh, there we go.
Party arrived at Mount Doom.
It's like,
I see.
is this like obsidian type rock around us? Is that
Yes,
what that's?
it is. So this is. I don't want to put more tokens than this on here because shit will start to get insane. But as you guys approach, you see 2 horned devils, flap their wings and motion to a small battalion behind them as they approach your vehicles along this main pathway. All around you, you see other activity, though. The crates being loaded up onto these transport war machines. More bearded devils and horned devils around. The horned devils flap their wings and land. Plant their forks in the ground, their spears in the ground, and hold up a hand. And an infernal call out to the lead, probably a Flipsis at this point. Halt! What business do you have at Bell's Forge?
I'm literally turning around like
We
I
have,
lost track of all these quests a long time ago, guys. I just wanted
we have like a stone
we have like
tablet.
a
Yeah.
or something.
Somebody has our interest ticket. Please bring it to give it to the guards.
Okay. So you produce the letter of introduction on the basalt tablet that Rosala gave you. One of these devils strides forward and just grabs the tablet brutishly and looks at it. I can't read this. Can you read this? He passes it to the other and goes, "Ah, yeah. Sorry. Handwriting's garbage. Oh! Oh, you're here to meet Bell. Well, I will honor this message of, this writ of invitation, this letter of introduction. Just a fair warning. Bell does not take any bullshit. So, don't dally with him. He is a busy archdevil. Follow us. And they motion and say, leave the vehicles out here. You'll be traveling on foot from henceforth.
Get out, lock the car.
You say take the keys.
Sure. Like in bad neighborhoods, will actually like lock it 2 or 3 times to make sure.
Roll up the windows.
Mhm.
All right, did I post that stupid fucking video in our Discord the other day? The bald bro.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I didn't understand it at all, but I loved it.
Just that weird grunt. All right, so you leave the war machines behind, and you follow these horned devils down into the depths of the volcano.
the ground.
All right.
Fire down.
So one of the horned devils escorts you down there, and you see you enter into the first level, and there is basically like a if you hold down there individually. It's over. Get out of your cars, bronies. Okay. So escort down. As you go lower and lower and lower in this volcano, you enter onto a wrought iron metal staircase, slowly descending down further and further into this cavernous forge. You see channels of bubbling lava winding through this complex, casting fiery light over these huge anvils. As you descend down here and your eyes adjust to this warm glow of the lava bubbling and crackling around you, you see there are chained giants with coal-black skin and fiery orange hair, hammering out weapons under the malignant gaze of a pit fiend seated on a flying throne overlooking them.
Oh,
Throughout the forge, sparks fall like soft rain.
that's a neat trick. Ooh. How big is this open area? Just judging across, looking.
I'll take you there.
Oh no. Oh,
Could we have had a before we rolled up? Could we have had a moment to rediscuss exactly what our plan with Bell is?
You guys, as you're being led down, you can quietly discuss.
Okay.
As,
we
you're
haven't
all,
had to-
as you're all fucking sweating bullets.
yeah. Oh, because it's hot as fuck down here. Holy shit. Actually,
I
no.
Kinda
collect
tempted, yeah.
I
I
collect
feel fine.
each of those bullets as they come off, and
But we don't
I
have
want to use them as
Wabugi's
ball
gun.
bearings, like.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
as you're
I
as you're
like
descending
these.
down, you are more than welcome to discuss.
So we're trying to turn him to dethrone Zerial, put him back where he used to be, so we can get Zerial's sword.
The whole end goal of this is to try to
So
bring
we
it
can
back,
so we
right?
can break the contract between Zerial and the members of Elturel.
Okay.
But it requires your sword for what reason again? I cannot remember.
Lulu speaks up.
I think that the sword will redeem Zariel. It'll remind her of who she truly is.
So we have to use Bell to try to find her sword? Is this the case?
Yes.
Or do you want to try to use Bell to overthrow her so she can find her own sword? I kind of got lost a little bit there.
I think we're finding the sword so we can find her
Bell-
and make her
Belle
turn
knows where
back.
the sword is.
Okay, I think that makes the most sense. Yes, of course we're gonna try to use his information to find the sword to get to Azariel so she can come back to her senses, break the contract with Asmodeus or whatever, and bring out the road back home. Or if not that, just at least bring out the road back home and break the contracts with the citizens there. Yes. In a nutshell, something like this.
That sounds
Yep.
right.
Okay, so we just have to convince him to give us his sword.
Okay.
So how do we do this?
We already have the bargaining chip he wants. We're out to get Zariel removed.
So we just have to try to convince him that we need the sword to kill her?
We don't need to
Have
kill
to-
her.
No, we just need the sword to dethrone her.
Right, or to have leverage against her, of course. But we have to at least give him some examples. I don't think he's going to say, "Oh, the sword is going to let us, do what you want us to do," but we will not tell you how it's going to work. I don't know if that's going to play.
I mean, we tell him how it's going to work. It's going to make her not want to be an Archduke anymore.
But what if it makes him more interested in just going and finding it without our help?
It's just kind of worried about it. Yes, back.
We leave as little information in as possible to start.
Which
And
is
if he
what
pushes some prize, we'll say, "Hey, we both know how this works. If we give you all of the information, then you're just going to cut us out of the deal."
I don't know if those really work this bluntly, but we can try this if nothing else.
We also don't know how much information he already has. He is an Archduke.
Why don't we
That's
try to ask him how he feels?
Ex-Archduke.
And I mean this in the sense of, what is he after exactly? We know he wants to overthrow, take back Avernus and all this, but what is his goal at the meantime? Like, what is his approach? We have to ask him this.
So just as a quick interjection, Bell, you were told that Bell knows the location of the Bleeding Citadel, which is where the sword is located.
Okay, so we're not asking where the sword is, we're asking where the Bleeding Citadel is.
And do we know anything about the Bleeding Citadel other than the sword's there?
You just know the vision that Lulu had, where basically she flew there with another companion, planted the sword in the ground, and using the last of her power, basically tried to seal it in a citadel. But then the fleshy nastiness of Avernus wrapped around it like an oozing scab.
Oh, that's right. That nastiness. Okay, so perhaps if we try to find a... Okay, so we can try to use the leverage of the fact that we have this invitation to speak with him, saying that we're seeking this oozing temple, or what was it called? Oozing temple? I already forgot.
The Bleeding Citadel.
Bleeding Citadel, oozing temple, whatever. You got it.
Oozing Temple, Bleeding Citadel, same.
Yeah, no, same thing. We can try to find a reason to convince him we're trying to find this that will somehow benefit him. Zariel and the sword does not have to be mentioned. We just have to find a way to convince him of this. And we can try to say the things we have done so far to get to these points is just to try to find this thing. But does anyone have a convincing reason we want to find it?
To overthrow Zariel. That's really what it comes down to.
Dang, man, these guys like revenge, so it's a pretty good angle.
So how do we convince him we can
We
use
do also have some merit to our name at this point.
Yeah, you make a good point. Maybe he has heard of this point. Okay. So you're trying to say our best approach is to be bluntly truthful with the devil. That seems unwise to me on most cases, but from here, I don't know what else to do.
Bluntly truthful.
Look,
So-
Padre,
We will help him depose of Zariel. We won't tell him how.
Yeah.
We will assist him.
We have to let them know that we need to find the bleeding city. That is all.
In return for our assistance, all we're looking for is some information.
Yeah. Information for us to go do all of the work of what he's been wanting to do. I don't think he'll have any objections to that.
I will not sign any contracts, so we have to make sure he does not try to go that route.
Of course, of course. No more devil contracts. Seems like we're up to our neck in them at this point. So
I think so. We have a little too many. Okay, so we try to do this. Well, okay, but plan B. What if he says no? And he says, as you know, being a devil or archdevil of this type, he says, "No, fuck you. You're not mine."
then we kill him.
say, we don't have to kill him. We can start by calling him a nerd. No offense, nerds. But, yeah, I don't see why he would say no, or, Maybe we just offer like a Aphelion soul or something, because then
What
you
if
like
like
already.
Sonya just
I'm
seduces
pretty
him?
sure I'm down to my last one.
Yeah, but like someone you owe it to somebody else, so like they gotta fight over it, and that'd be like
I'm pretty
pretty
sure
metal.
before, I think it was something named some devil named Madoff. He dealt his soul many times over for many different people. But they finally caught up to him. I've heard of this. It's something we could possibly try to do. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the great ancient technique of Ponzai.
Ponzai schema.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in hell after all. It does go against and strikes me the wrong way, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
I don't think I'm actually capable of
But if
giving my soul to another. I don't think that's how it works.
I should know better than these, but
Wait, do we know that you like
do now.
Yeah,
So
no,
you're
it came up.
to-
It came
to
up
the
before.
shield?
yeah, I already approached you. I
'Cause
think
I was gonna-
in a group
I was gonna
and
say,
said-
like, I mean, how much does the shield really have on you, right?
yeah, I think I brought it up.
Like-
And you said yes, and just made it open to everyone.
Yeah, it was with the Red Ruth. It was kind of just put out in the open.
Okay. But so flip response, like if you're like, I don't know if you're actually capable, or you not know if you're actually capable. I feel like my response would just be like, I mean, it's a shield though.
Yeah, but it's a pit fiend inside that shield.
But like, what if you just told him right now, like, yo, I'm gonna sell my soul to someone else. When it comes time, like, y'all can duke it out. But like, what is he gonna do about it?
Oh no, I think the way the devil contracts work, I can't sign another contract.
Why are there others?
At least not one that promises my soul.
Right, because that's already been.
You
Yeah.
hear in your
Well,
voice. You
Glimmer
hear in
could
your
do
voice,
that.
Aphelion.
Your soul is mine, and I have claim to it. That is it. You can't split souls. Doesn't go halvesies. Screw that.
Have you heard of Voldemort?
Yeah, he says you can't go halvesies.
Wait,
Oh,
but like
here's
I know that's like Sonya wouldn't know, but that's like against like what liches do all the damn time.
Well, yeah, but liches aren't, their souls aren't bound by contract. They just do with the soul as they please.
Liches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
God.
I must relay this information that Gagath has just given me.
Aphelion, you're presumably planning on living a bit, right?
Yeah,
Like you've expressed that you don't intend to die anytime soon. Again.
yeah.
So what's to stop you from taking the path of a lich and then just kind of dividing that up?
I've been considering it.
Yeah, so ultimately, but like, if someone all powerful and you sign away your soul, then they can no do they know the future? Like, do they have ESPN?
God.
Yes.
No. I don't believe so. Because otherwise Gargoth wouldn't have ever made the deal with me, because he'd know he's never getting my soul.
The way I understand how the devil contracts work is even if you split your soul after you've pledged it to someone else, they have ownership of all parts.
Flip
No,
starts-
here's the thing.
Flip starts
He has
yelling at the shield.
ownership. He has
Flip
ownership
starts
of.
yelling at the shield. His soul is so valuable. He's so much more important than just one stupid soul. Do that work.
I just roll my eyes.
Why is she yelling at me? I don't get it. It makes no sense. What is she doing? Does she think that...
I don't know. I kind of have a feeling though that she wants you to leave Brittany alone.
Oh,
Did you say that out loud?
No, I'm saying that too.
do not worry. Brittany's soul has already been claimed. Many a time over.
I'm sure.
I mean, if
Anyways,
it's many a
The
time
thing
over.
is, he doesn't actually own my soul at this point. He owns rights to my soul when I die.
I'm squatting on your soul.
Oh my God! You sold your soul to a record label.
For $54 and a nice lunch.
Yeah, Dre's gonna
Okay,
come. Yeah.
but question. why can't, like, if someone were to put in my will, this person gets the house and this person gets the house,
If you owe your soul to a
who
devil,
the
that's
fuck
your
gets the house?
If you owe your
They
soul to
gotta
Well, here's the
get
thing.
out.
This isn't a
their
will.
problem.
This isn't me saying this person gets my soul and this person gets my soul. It's me saying I have signed a contract that says this one person gets the entirety of my soul.
Is that a Ganondorf
But if
times
the other
4?
person
he's going to the.
Yeah, the fire giants are Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Did you not
So
know?
I would say
Sorry, I
this conversation ends as you guys arrive at the bottom of this wrought iron staircase, arriving down here in this large forge room. You hear the low thrum of some sort of infernal machine hanging over this pool of bubbling and pulsing lava. Floating in the air above you, you see Bell, the horned pit fiend, sitting idly watching his fire giants coil over these weapons, forging these infernal hellish weapons. Sits there, looking over you.
Yeah, that is stereotypical.
The horned devil bows and says, "Lord Bell, these mortals have a letter of introduction signed by one Razala the Tao. They ask for an audience with you."
Yo, you have so many faces.
Bell's throne slowly floats down as he lands on the ground, and he stands up and he, with a hand, idly dismisses the horned devil and walks back up the stairs. "What business do you have here with me? Why do you come here to my forge, mortals?"
We come for a proposition in which you give us information and we get Zerial off the throne.
To put it bluntly.
Yep.
There's more details than that, but that's essentially the full.
That's the gist of it, yeah.
There, he steps forward. "Zerial is the Archduke of Avernus. You dare to oppose her and bring this blasphemous, treasonous message to me, poor lieutenant and one of the generals of the armies of forces in Avernus. I am the master of the forge, generating weapons for the infernal blood war, and you think this be a bright idea?"
Of course.
Absolutely.
Once
You
you're
don't have to be Master of the Forge. You can go right back up to General of the War again.
All of you give me perception checks.
ooh, perception.
Perception. That is not the P word. I thought you were gonna throw it.
I love that Bell's shirt is like his own face.
Yeah.
He's
Or it's
what?
like
He's after Sonya's heart, isn't he? All right,
You're a champion.
dude. All of you guys are booty hole at perception, except for Aphelion.
That makes sense.
Aphelion, you
Just staring at the
see,
faces.
yeah, you see
that
Bell's
deal, man.
face looking. Even though he sounds like he's saying like, "How dare you betray? Like, how dare you come to me and dare propose an overthrowing of Zerial?" You watch as there is a marked curiosity on his face, but you also catch out of the corner of your eye the chained fire giants who are working on these weapons, slowly like stopping and looking at you for a moment.
Oh, there's 4 Yas in here.
Oh, yeah.
Bell looks to the group of you after he states this, and then his head quickly turns to the side, catching these giants slacking from their work, and he yells out, "Back to your task, slaves! I do not keep you here to be idle. Your contracts discern that you will forge these weapons for Zerial and her blood war, defending Avernus at all costs, and you will provide these weapons of war. It's not your job to listen to me." And he, like, you see as his sword
I feel like
flares
that's
up.
counterintuitive.
Yeah, slightly, but it's fine. Listen. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. Maybe we have someone more private to talk, perhaps?
There's suddenly suddenly all of you here in your minds, I hear what you are saying, and I am perceptive to this. It's Bell's voice. He's just no longer speaking out loud.
Oh, okay.
I will speak back in my mind, assuming I can. I can respond.
Yeah,
to
it's
this
two-way.
message.
It's
Did he
two-way
leave that at the
communicate.
end?
Actually, no, it's not two-way communication. So he continues on, and he says, "You want to overthrow Zariel. You want to remove her from her position. Nothing would please me more. But I apologize, as I must communicate in a clandestine fashion. She still is the Archduke of Avernus, and I am but her vassal, and appear loyal. If you do wish to overthrow her, I will help."
Flip just said, dope.
I will shoot Flips just a little bit of a glance of like shush, and then I will message Bell.
Okay.
I'm literally looking around, just like kind of shrugging, but like not rolling my eyes, but kind of like, what? What?
Yeah.
Also, while you're saying,
What did I say?
while you're responding, I think I'm going to say out loud for the Giants to hear. You know, I think we made a terrible decision. I love Zariel. She's very good. We should probably just go ahead and help you any way we can and make sure she's okay. I don't know what came over me. My pig is the one who told me to come down here in the first place. That's his fault. Just kind of like rambling on and on just to kind of drown out any chance.
All of you guys are sweating fucking extremely as well. They're just like...
Do I feel like less effects of it than I should?
No. You all are,
okay.
You're all fucking just...
Even our tieflings that are
Man, I bet my
I was like, even those who are like fire resistant.
It's less, I mean, this is not like resistant. This is just like, it's not like you're getting burned. There's like less, like the air in here is heavy. It's just stifling. It's just like, I mean, if you're sitting in an oven, it's more than just being hot.
So it's like a mix of like a sulfur sauna, basically.
It's like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sulfur sauna.
And COVID.
Oh,
Anyways,
actually, no.
as
So sorry. The tieflings do have resistance. I'm looking at this. Tieflings do have resistance, so you're not affected. The tieflings aren't affected by this. Tieflings are fine. So both Flip and Glimmer are watching as Hamon, Sonya, and Aphelion are just sweating bullets right now.
Soaking through her shirt.
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at like the pristine Glimmer and just like, what's their issue?
Can pigs sweat? This is
Think
important.
you think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
nervous?
Pig sweat.
Churro is splayed out all fours on the ground, just like
Perfect.
starting to smell like cooked bacon.
Oh god.
Oh
All right.
god.
He's gonna start chewing on himself.
Oh god, he's curing.
So Bell
Come up here again.
Bell speaks again. I know you're about to send him a message, Aphelion, but he speaks again and he says, "I do not condone," and this is out loud, "I do not condone any actions against our Archduke. Tell me, all of you, what is your plan? I must remain outwardly resistant to you, and I apologize for this. But I will communicate in this way. It is but what I need to do in order to maintain my position." So basically he's saying, like, you're more than welcome to tell him your plan. He will just be like, "That's terrible. Tell me more."
How awful. Where? Where could you overthrow Zariel?
But yeah, I would.
Sorry, it's that
That's-
one. It's Always Sunny line. It's like, oh, and they put her on that one's revenge porn sites. Oh, that's awful. But which revenge porn site? You know.
And how would you find that?
Yeah,
There's so many, yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so Aphelion, you were going to say something?
Yeah, so I would say to him, message him, so no one else can hear me, just him. We believe we know of an artifact that would assist us in having her depose herself from the throne. No bloodshed would even be needed. However, and I would probably refresh message at some point. I don't know how many words it's limited to. I think it's limited
Oh
to
shit!
6
I wasn't
seconds.
doing the Travis.
Oh shit.
Well, it's not sending. It's just
So standard 25. It's 1 round. 6 seconds of words.
6 seconds, yeah. So
Okay.
I would refresh. And so I would say, we need to know whether what was it? The Bloody Citadel,
The Bleeding Citadel.
Bleeding Citadel. Yeah. We believe it is at the Bleeding Citadel, but we don't know where that is.
The message come back to you all telepathically. I know of where the location of the Bleeding Citadel is here in Avernus, but you must do something for me.
Of course, this is always the. I mean, I
Always something.
Are we getting another quest line?
yeah, popping up. Is it a high level quest? Anyway.
I want you to retrieve something for me. Something that was stolen from my forge by Zerial's spies. 9 adamantine rods. Once you retrieve those for me, I will tell you where the Bleeding Citadel is.
All right, help you stroke your hard rods. Got it.
I suggest that you speak to a captive beast. Well, a captive aberration that I keep for information. A Sibriex. Somebody who has, or a thing that has deep lore and information. Hoards it.
Deep lore, huh?
Deep
I don't know
lore.
This, I've never seen to like a cervix like this before, but where do we find one?
My spies have it captured in a location that I will tell you.
Is
You
it
can-
really deep?
You can either take a barge that I can provide for you along the Styx, or drive there yourself, traverse the Avernus Waste, however you see fit.
Yeah, we're kind of cool with this.
Yep.
The Sibriex will be difficult to deal with. I warn you this. Ask him about the adamantine rods. We are interrogating it now, but it will not divulge it to my spies. I do believe that you are more than capable of... He looks directly at you as he speaks this telepathically, Hamon.
Yeah.
More powerful Inquisition techniques.
I do have a way of making people talk. This is true.
He's Amish.
Out loud, you see, last thing he says telepathically, he says, he basically describes the location of where the Sibriex is. And the last thing he says, telepathic to you, is, question the Sibriex, find the adamantine rods, bring them back to me, and you will be rewarded with the location of the Citadel. Simple as that. And then out loud, now get out of my forge, you traitorous fiends. You have that letter of introduction, so I will allow you to leave my premises unscathed, you scum. How dare you blaspheme Zerial like this, vile worms?
You sign our petition to depose it. We're looking for signatures. We figured yours would be an influential
Out!
one.
Out! How dare you question my loyalty, you rats! Leave my forge at once.
We will go ahead and leave the forge. We will go back onto the waste. We have many things we can go find. What's his name? I look at my fingers.
How about you giants? Any of you guys want to sign? Looking at the fire giants.
Yeah.
They avert their eyes.
There's a one guy we met. What's his name? Bad Breath? Terrible Halidor?
Bitter balls.
Yeah. I bet we could get him to sign our petition. Let's go find him. Okay. Sorry to bother you, Bell. We came to the wrong place. Okay, bye.
So,
if you want to sign it, here's our card.
what do you give him?
us a call. I give him a card.
You have cards?
I have cards.
How are they not on fire from all this
Here's
heat?
the thing, DM, can I have cards?
You can produce a piece of parchment which immediately starts to catch fire as a spark lands on it from the forge around you.
I like wave it out. It's still singed, but my number's on here.
Leave now.
Okay. Is this like a counter right here? What is that?
Stairs.
It's the stairs.
Oh, that's the stairs. Okay. I'm gonna like walk over to like here and just like tuck it like behind one of these spears. Like it's right here if you need it.
Okay.
And
Those
then,
are
yeah,
like glowing with embers. Like those are
it's fine.
hot as fuck.
Bell reaches forward, picks it up,
I think that's
crushes
just
it,
lighting on the
crushes it on his hands or in his hand, just drops it into lava. Leave.
Right. I put another card there before leaving.
Fucking green,
sorry for
you're fucking
putting you
Greenpeace petitioner. Jesus Christ.
Alright, I'm gonna peel Churro off the ground.
Yeah, you peel him off the ground. He's grilled on the bottom like char siu.
Yeah. Churro.
Churro shoe. Yeah, pork belly, baby.
I'm gonna use
Well, that's-
prestidigitation to make like little water droplets feel like they're hitting him. Just like tiny little cooling droplets.
On churro?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be steam pork now. Cool.
All right, what were you gonna say, Hamon, as you leave?
Just one message to him: say, you can reach me anytime if you can do this, but if there's any devil who must die to make this work, please let me know.
There's no response from him.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I think we said more than we really have welcome to say.
You ascend up the stairs. Halfway up, one of the horned devils comes down to meet you and takes you back outside. The heat starts to disperse, leaving its unbearable, sweltering inferno below you, and you rise back up to the surface. The heat still emanating from the entryway there. The devils part their way as you see a few of the devils like hanging around your war machines, not actively like doing anything to them. They all seem intact. And the horned devil speaks to you and says,
I like admiring the soul train.
yeah, they're just kind of like looking at it questioningly. As you approach, a few of them give you an eye of just kind of like, you know, they've heard the rumors and stuff like that. So you
Pull
guys,
the card keys and hit the unlock button.
yeah. Oh, one of them who is like leaning on it, taking a selfie, gets moves away. You get back in your vehicles and you look at your map where Bell described this Cibriex is being held, and you head off in that direction.
I would also make one point though, as we head off, depending on which direction we're going. I would like to make one small detour.
Okay. You can talk about that next time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to
As you guys head off in that direction or head off to your next location, congratulations, you level up to level 10.
It's been so long.
As
I feel like it actually hasn't been that long.
it's been about 4 sessions or so. No, it has been long. It's been quite long because you were level 9 when you actually.
The beginning of that entire quest line.
Yeah. You were level 9 when you you were level 9 when you actually left Uldrock's grave. But then you did a bunch. That's when you like did Soul Train and all the other fucking shit. So like,
Yeah,
there's a bunch of other stuff in there.
Only have 1/5 level slot, which was modify memory, so it had to have been Soul Train stuff.
Yep.
This is basically that moment if you're like MMO or WoW or something where you turn in all the quests at once. And you
Yeah,
just,
we did also have like 2 weeks where we weren't playing.
there was a
middle of that.
little down point.
Yeah.
Downtown.
But yeah, it's overtime right now. I know a lot of people need to waken early tomorrow morning. So you guys level up to level 10 for the next session. Congratulations and good shit. Awesome stuff crossing that dock and dealing with Bell, who seems to be on your side, if not reluctant to openly reveal that. As on your side as a devil can be.
Yeah, probably should have rolled it in
Insight.
right on him, but
It's probably fine.
An insight check would have been tough because he was not like he was remaining like Stonewall in terms of his
Right.
expressions
It's all-
and stuff. It would be all insight on what he is telling you and telepathically, which is very tough.
and it's also we're sweating balls the whole time.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
dripping, absolutely dripping.
But we also know that devils tend to be lawful in their interactions, so we
Yeah,
ironically trust them more than most human. When
yeah,
it's-
interesting, right?
Yeah.
Real interesting fact.
That's like saying you trust every lawyer out there.
I mean,
Like
But not all lawyers are lawful. That's the funny part.
that. I mean,
true.
their own terms. Like lawful doesn't mean like
following the
Haven't
law.
we? Yeah, it doesn't mean telling the truth. It means
Right, right.
abiding
I'm
by
not saying we
laws
trust
and
them, but
stuff.
I'm saying that it's not going to chaotically just randomly come and just give us the people's
Definitely
album
be
out of
doing
nowhere,
this.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
like
totally
Devil's Code is like order. Like
in my
specifically.
mind. I have no reason not to trust it, so I wouldn't have even bothered because it's like, why the hell would he be messaging us this?
Yeah, like we already
It,
know like this is what.
so
You know the history of Bell. Well, I can bring this. You know the history of Bell. You already know that he was angry that he was deposed from his he was the Archduke.
The context of all this.
Yeah, he was the Archduke of Avernus prior to all of this happening. So yes, he would be somebody who inherently would be into a nice roll on the hit dice. He would inherently be very much into getting rid of Zariel, or doing something that would get rid of Zariel. And even the mention, I mean, he just like, I'm not gonna lie, like he just straight up is into it when you just like mention it. He's just like, fuck it. Like if you guys can do this thing for me, I'll help you out. Like there's no harm in me sending basically Fall Guys, in all honesty, to do some shit that, if he can secretly orchestrate it, cool.
We're in that deep level devil intrigue now.
Yeah, dude. You're CIA versus KGB up in this bitch.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right, everybody, take care. Level up if you want to before next session, and we will head off to the Sibriex and see what the fuck's going on there.
Oh gosh, I've got too many levels.
And we got tomorrow. We're planning to do some good old tyrannies.
Tyrannus of Dagrons.
I got my hick accent ready, but I will be there.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, take it easy, guys. Good night.
All right, good night, everybody.
bye.
All right, we ran over a little bit, but I wanted to get through that Bell situation because we had been belaying that for days. Belay that. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for Tabletop for that raid and that host. Really appreciate that. Thank you for those who are here. If you are new to the channel and want to follow, drop that follow. We do D&D every Tuesday, and I host our other buddy Gastroy, who is playing tonight, on his channel on Thursdays. As we today's Wednesday. We normally play on Tuesdays. I host Gastroy on Thursday as we all play in Tyranny of Dragons. If you want other content, I play other games and things like that, but I am Scuznugget, I am your DM. We had tonight playing with us Chuckle Smash, playing as Hamon, our wizard, Lunacy playing as Glimmer, our bard, Felion playing as, or Gastroy playing as a Felion, our fighter / warlock / sorcerer, all kinds of shit. He's all over the place. My wife, Derpy Gecko, playing as the rebellious Eclipsis. There's her hand. And Porkins playing as the ever-charismatic, womanizing, manonizing, self-anizing Sonya Montesquieu, the paladin of the Oath of Champion. Thank you guys so much. Let's play some music as we get out of here. Good night, everybody. Take care. Take it easy. We're done. Goodbye.